Why do you want me to abuse the button every time?
I don't know.
The button's done
I don't
nothing
know.
wrong.
I just feel animosity towards it.
That's fair.
Sorry, button.
I
Sorry,
relate
button.
And we're back though. Welcome. We're back to our D&D schedule. It's been a month or so. Everyone here has been fanging for it.
I haven't seen some of you since last year.
Minute.
And we're ready to go.
Hell yeah.
Before we super start, we do have some art to show off. Dimitri got some new art for Hugin. This is by James Loves Art, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And this is what he'll look like after the downtime that is happening. Because some of it, mainly his middle thing, isn't made yet, but this is what he'll look like.
It's pretty.
He's pretty.
We're,
He's cool.
we're
Pretty
talking
old.
about how the moth.
I like it.
I really like the hourglass.
It's a good
Yeah.
art.
Yeah,
I
moth
do
is
too.
nice.
The golden green is just a really nice sort of. It looks almost elvish.
It is
Yeah.
interesting.
Refined nature.
It's like it is meant to be scales, I'm pretty sure, but it does have like the whole leaf almost aesthetic to it, which does make it kind of
It
get
does.
that natural theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also sort of coincides with how the ruins were Greco-Roman. Some of it looks like laurels.
You telling me
It does.
Mm.
time
Yeah.
is a natural occurrence?
Time is a figment of human perception.
Exactly. I'm just saying it's not natural.
We are Sansamim. If she shows up, she'll be later. That's all the information we have, I believe. So, yeah.
Easy.
Well, we'll have Darian do his recap. The fun thing he gets to do.
Last time on Echoes. Bants and shopping.
So, yeah. We've got 5 days of downtime.
I mean, what else happened?
No, yeah, I agree with you.
There was the talk with Aki, and then I believe there was some inter-party talk, but I don't remember exactly who and who. And then
And there was shopping.
yeah, shopping at the end.
I feel like you played down all important things. Like that shopping was important.
It was,
I don't think it was, honestly.
It
especially
was
Oh,
like
okay.
80% of the session, so
it
yeah.
was just as important as the Gearhouse food order for lunch.
Yeah.
It was important
Well,
that you guys knew
that.
that.
I like that a lot.
What
I'm
was it?
glad I agree with that. I like the big Mac and the nuggies.
Oh.
Yeah. We've had some things told to us about what's happening. This music's a bit loud. But yeah, other than Dimmy's, which we'll wait on one thing because he might be doing his bang after bang after bang because it would be easier that way. What's everyone else doing during this 5-day period?
I'm happy to start.
Go ahead.
I will make that slight addendum at the end, because I didn't voice too much on the shopping, but like out of game after game, I eventually did commission something for getting a file armor done. I'll explain more about it when it's like done. Kind of explain how it looks like. Don't have any image, don't expect anything. But that was done that time. Outside of that, like afternoon, evening, day onward, next days onwards, it's very kind of minor stuff. While she does wanna like go do something, because like sitting too still for too long kind of is that weird limbo state for her that she doesn't enjoy too much. She also knows that we gotta wait on things, but in a way she's also on a different side, maybe pushing like Arc forwards, like we are doing this, like we are going to the savannah, but like I don't give a fuck, we're doing this. Yeah, exactly. And I imagine that it's like a lot of that kind of idleness between us, and during that, like I would, most of my downtime would just be seeing if I could take the remove curse spell and slowly over time try to weave the curse away from the wraps of spell ensnarement, was it called? Yeah. spell snare.
Yeah.
Just like slowly
Pretty
over
sure I gave
time.
them to you.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Just to see if I can do it.
So essentially, to remove the curse permanently, it's not
Yes.
just like you cast a spell and move on.
Of course.
You need to perform eventually a ritual version of the spell.
Yeah.
Which takes a couple hours to do. Like it takes some time. You'd have to get resources and whatnot. But the first time you sit down to do it, it's essentially it's attuning with the item with your magic and attempting to placate whatever it is that has caused the curse and dissipate it. So
Plus, there's also
Ask a
the
question.
assumption that you've never done this before, so it's like the first time
Absolutely
it's like,
not.
oh, I'll just cast Remove Curse. That'll be the easy thing.
I think it's the idea that she knows it's not like a one and done kind of thing. So that first like day, maybe two, is like kind of spent with that like just testing the waters to see what, if anything feels a bit like different in the way that she can approach things. Like, because part of this magic isn't particularly like from her studied section. While it does overlap a bit there, the actual spell itself is probably coming more from the divine side. So it's maybe like sort of lingering on that feeling, being like, oh, maybe if I did it like this, did it like that. Trying to like interpret what that feeling of what I'm missing is in that regard.
and yeah, like it's even possible there's questions you have. You're like, all right, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and you can always, you have time to go talk to Arky,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, like removing curses permanently from a thing is a time-consuming and potentially costly endeavor, depending on like how good or bad you are at it. And he basically fills in some of the theory, but he himself doesn't specialize in curse removing.
I think like when he mentions like, oh, it just takes a bunch of time, she just laughs, knowing that full well that she has plenty of time self-ruminating to do this. So,
as a quick question to start it off,
sure.
You have the time. You set yourself up. You get ready to perform the first ritual. You start trying to become in tune with the item and whatever it is in the magic in the item that is cursing it. How are you trying to placate this, like, the curse?
It's a great question. I think in a somewhat similarity to what happened with Soulforge in regards, like just trying to find some strands that seem a bit off in feeling. Like maybe she would probably like spend that quick moment with I'd say Akbar's supervision to actually like cast the spell like as she's attuning, then take them off quickly just to know what that feels like. And then after that, it's that kind of like finding that weird ick feeling and trying to see if I can play off of that somewhere, like cut it out or segment it.
Mm-hmm. So you asking AJ a question?
She doesn't do things simply. She does things in a bit of a not exactly the smartest way. But that's why she trusts the person who probably won't tell her no. We'll probably call her an idiot, but I mean, I'd literally go up to her and be like, look, if it happens, just knock me out.
I'll restrain you if I must.
Sweet.
I mean, like, you've seen the curse in action. You know it isn't like something that instantly like latches onto you. It takes time. But yeah, I get what you mean. Exactly. Waiting for AJ's response quickly.
It's all good. Yeah, I guess the best way to kind of like define it would be like having it, like trying to feel what that is, and then like putting it under a microscope within her own like sort of magic as she lives through it, and just like slicing that little bit around it.
Okay. Then as part of the ritual, I want you to make an insight check.
Great. I'm good at those. I'm actually alright.
As you attempt to essentially key in on that ick feeling, as you say, like the wrongness of the curse. You try to see it, feel it in yourself in that moment.
Yep.
Make an insight check.
I will, and before outcome I might do favor. Since it makes sense for it to be. I might do anyway, and say it's like more of a over time thing with favor.
Okay, yeah, but do it.
With an extra 5.
With a casual 22, you tune into the item, you feel for that, you find that feeling in it, and you use your magic with the remove curse to start like attempting to essentially peel away that like residual paranoia, mistrust, and hate, those negative emotions.
I know those
that came
well.
from that. Exactly. You start like peeling away at those. By the time the ritual comes to an end, you have not fully uncursed the item, but you have a feeling that you've begun the process successfully. So that is one success towards breaking the curse.
I imagine as well with like this is like over the entire downtime. Like it's that weird like spending a lot of small time just like almost in like not a pacing sense, but like just walking around just like, oh cool, could I do this, could I do that, like this knife doesn't work. Like it's all trial and error, but not on the logical sense. Best way to describe
Also,
it.
As something that you probably have a sense of like maybe pride in your own abilities and whatnot
Absolutely.
at this, because as Arki explains to you, as you start the process of removing the curse being a thing itself in the weapon, in the item, attempts to like bar itself from your access,
No.
and so additional attempts to remove the curse require more expensive reagents to perform the ritual.
Yep.
And so from now on, the first attempt to remove a curse is free. After that, it is 50 gold per attempt.
Easy. I think like she would probably stock up on enough to do it like down the road, like on downtime. I'd probably 50 you say per?
50 per attempt.
Get 5 attempts worth. 250.
Yeah.
You want some extra attempts?
It's just I don't think I'll have more than 5 downtime period.
You need another. I forgot how to do math.
It's okay. Don't worry. 5, 10, 15.
8 times 2, 16.
Where'd the 8 come in?
810 GP.
Where'd the 10 come from?
10's just there.
I think
Okay.
to his own money.
It's a chip.
Oh, okay.
Real money. Yeah,
It's my money now.
there you go. So yeah, just knock off the 250 then and put down like 5 remove curse attempts
I'll make
worth
it
of
300.
gold.
I'll make it 300. Make it 6.
Easy. Yep, so that's how you spend probably like from what it sounds like about the third-ish day of your downtime is spent doing this.
Yeah, majority of it, and then the rest
Yeah.
of it would probably just be like laying around, just a little bit like in that that restlessness, but like sort of staying near Arkavor in a way, just making sure like he's fine too, because I know that he is still like the kind of like sidestepping around what to be done.
Well, if he's not drawing in a book, he is currently scratching at a table
That's fine.
and making runes in the table.
If there's ever a point where you're like just like thinking down at a book, I
It is
imagine
purely
it's
just the letter A.
yeah. I imagine there's a point where you're reading a book or something like on the couch. Like she is nearby, like kind of her legs across you, but like her head's like laying down on the couch itself, just kind of thinking to herself of her own problems while you're reading. Like kind of like nonchalant, just like I just need to have a think. There's a place to lay down.
Wouldn't use your legs as a place to put like a notebook.
Absolutely. She doesn't care.
Nice.
Yeah, simple.
So is that so you have 2 more days of downtime. Is there anything you plan on doing on those, or do you want to cut someone else?
I am happy saying that even though it is 3 days total, she probably spends the majority of the 5 days like just rummaging around with it. I have nothing else.
Easy. No problem. So you made your order for your items, you'll pick them up, etc.
Yep.
And then you do this. Easy. So that's you. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Mine's pretty quick.
There we go.
For the most part, he's just going over what he's learning in order of the process of making healing pots.
Is it the researching the book itself?
Mhm.
Yep. You're not going to go to the night classes?
Well, if we have 5 days of downtime, it couldn't possibly hurt.
Yeah, it would be
No.
half the required training. Oh, no, it's 30 days, isn't
No.
it? I thought
So
it
it
was a
cuts down
10-day
from
window.
what, like
It's still a lot. It's a lot more efficient than doing it yourself.
Yeah.
I had the book. I had it written down somewhere. I don't have it written down now.
I just wanted to check as well. I don't know if these numbers are right because I'm relatively sick and I don't remember what happened last time. Am I supposed to have 330 platinum? Is that
Yeah.
correct? Or did I put it in wrong?
Oh, you are.
There you go. Apparently, yes.
Damn,
I don't like
that's
to
a
be
lot
came
of
from
money.
Sam.
Or it might have been GP. Wait,
I had a lot of plat on me.
Well, I
Might have been
also
Plat.
have 300 gold though.
check someone else's their thing that doesn't spend money usually. Who were we with?
How much did I spend total? I spent 3, 4, I spent about close to 200 plat myself around.
Damn.
Yeah, we spent a lot because we were helping Mim's character.
I spent
Yeah,
a
I
lot
remember
myself.
that.
Did we
Okay.
give any of that to Inazat? No, yeah, I was gonna say Inazat's the only character you could check. I was gonna say check Sylvie, but I don't know if we ended up ever putting it on there or not.
I know I sold a thing, and I just wanted to make sure that that was
Sylvie.
the right number. But
Yes.
I'm gonna say probably. It seems about right. I don't see
yeah,
why it wouldn't be the case.
You have money
We
now.
pay off at
Congrats.
1 point.
And hey, fuck it. If you got more money than you should have, that's a problem for me and AJ to balance for later.
I don't think I'm cheating. Oh, that's good enough.
I don't think you're cheating either.
Just cheat anyway.
Alright, and Christine dies.
Alright, I'll see you guys next week.
Oh yeah, he doesn't do much more outside of that.
Okay. Anyone else next?
Yeah, I'll do mine. Mine's pretty straightforward. Like, I feel like Selena would just flip between like the party members. Like, you know, at some point maybe she would like check in with Christine and Alpha to see how they're doing with the curse removing. She probably wouldn't really know much about that, but like, if like allowed, she might sort of not sort of help, but like try to
Just listen to her rambling.
do something to, yeah, basically be there to listen to her rambling and just, you know, bring her a drink or something like that, bring them food.
Yeah,
Should probably help in his house at some point with the healing pots as well. Like if he needed someone to like hold something still, or you know, like she just offer help around like the people that are like doing stuff, and just sort of try to, you know, sort of move amongst the group. But other than that, she doesn't really do anything specifically for herself.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
Yeah, Sam will Dimmu.
Dimmy back because he was spirit.
I cast Rod into the docks. Do I catch a rubber boot?
Do you have a fishing pole?
I do indeed have a fishing tag. Now, what is it called? Yeah, fishing tag. I basically ended up buying all that at some point.
oh, you did a while ago.
Yeah, the kit includes a wooden rod, silken line, corkwood bobbers, steel hooks, lead sinkers, velvet lures, and narrow netting.
Alright.
Sure. Roll a fishing check, I guess.
I'm not proficient, so that'd be just gonna roll dex.
I mean, I think it'd more like be con. It's more endurance than
Fair.
being fast. Even if
I
we
I mean,
take,
you go.
if we take
Do you
that
want me to
crit,
re-roll that, or
No, no,
because
I
that
think-
only adds a +1?
yeah, I mean it's still good. Yeah, you're pretty patient with the fishing, and you are quite successful. Roll a. Is this the like one day, or do you want this to be like your general fishing
This is
experience?
purely just like for part of a day. I'm gone. Just
Okay.
I went out
I've
fishing.
disappeared.
Oh yeah, roll
Yeah,
a.
you
roll
basically like, I'm out.
Yeah, roll a d6.
Sure.
I've
How many
disappeared.
boots do I
I'm out.
catch out of the?
No boots, but you get 2 very decent sized fish.
Nice. I
Nice.
guess I'm feeding everyone for dinner tonight.
Also, while like you're out there fishing, you know, casting a line and whatnot, trying to avoid the thoughts that are probably running through your head, like I'm not going to the savannah, even though Christine insists we're going to the savannah. But you can't help but notice, like this is just after you've caught the second fish, but like as you catch it, you're like looking around, ready to cast out again, and then you see like 2 fish jump out of the water at the same time, like one black and one white. They both crash just out of sight. And I feel like given your mood, that's probably the point where you decide to pack up and head in.
Yep. After Van Dam chucks the rod over his shoulder and goes.
Perfectly good day. Rude.
Alright, I gotta figure out how much feet I can fit in a thing. Give me a bit. Actually, horses can graze, can't they?
Yeah.
Probably not as much feet as I think, then.
Is that about it, or any more things you're doing? Other than
Nope.
working on the runes and...
Really? Just buying time.
Fair enough.
And feed. Suppose brushing the horses.
You can't purchase
know.
time, I'm afraid.
I'll try.
Unless you're a 9th level wizard, then technically you can.
What level's Aki?
He can cast
anyway.
9th level magic.
Yeah, we're not going down that route.
No.
Right, I did send off a sending to Osiris.
What is the message?
The specific message, I just gotta go to my DMs with Jeremy, was, Osiris, I have mastered Catapult of Words. Join Christine to my family soon. How are you and your family? Still trying to clear your names.
Okay. You hear back. We're fine over here. How's that going?
Damn, he's de-aged.
Why you can't do an old southern man?
Yeah, no,
I
I sent
will.
that to Jeremy because I was like, I'll give him time to think on this one. How did he send
How?
Sending Stone?
Oh, yeah. Carry on.
I just throw the stone very hard.
You just threw it, and it gets thrown back to you.
I don't know why, but I just imagine, I don't know, there's like, Arkle was more of an idiot. It's like he spies a sending stone, walks out to the pier, and then just like takes like the 2-step and just overhand piffs the sending stone towards the horizon, be like that.
Oh, like an American football player, just like
Yeah,
ready to
and just-
toss it.
Just ducks his hands off, turns and walks in as a good day spent, as he knows the message has been sent.
No, but yeah, no, I did end up buying a Sending Stone. That was
Yeah.
part of the expenditures last.
Forgot
yeah.
about that.
I figured it was nice for more of us to have access to sending, because
Hey, that means I don't have to keep it
Definitely.
prepared.
how many bloody times have we needed it?
Yeah, 100%.
I can't keep
Sending
it
is
prepared
so
forever.
useful.
It takes up my spell slots.
I think it was both me and I think Hugan also got one.
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, cool. I'm
Oh,
getting
man.
rid of sending now. Fuck you.
Oh,
You know, I should probably get sending.
Nah, fuck this.
I mean, Christine would be aware of this.
Exactly. That's why I said no. I'm not getting sent anymore. You guys can be the sending bitch.
I won't use it straight away.
By the way, there's a thing. Inazas, if you do want to use the teacher, it is 25 gold to take advantage of their services. You have to pay 25 gold per week, but you're obviously only there 5 days. But an equivalent of... It essentially gives you the equivalent of 18 days worth of training over the course of 5.
I
don't
think
know.
he's fair at that.
Yep. Clearly, I'll have to say that again when I was messaging it.
Jimmy's back though.
I am back.
Cool.
Alright. Jimmy had some sendings he wanted to send.
I did. I sorry. On the day of me getting the sending stone, I will send one to Jake.
Mhm.
Basically saying, mission successful, Epis rescued, 2 phonogravels and Epis signed sworn affidavits in Taunarus. Safe for now, sworn new oath, new name, Hugan.
You hear back. We're almost at Gipchu. Travel's been long. We'll need to be quiet. We'll let you know when we're safe.
that'd be day 1. Day 2, I'm going to cast Sending to Morgana Ghislaine.
Alright, we need to roll D100.
Okay, yep. I forget that I need to do that.
Yep.
Don't worry, I did too, and I built them in Gizmo.
I need to quickly open up the book and remember what the percentage chance of failure is, because I don't have it memorized. Because it's been so fucking long since someone's actually done this. Ghislaine.
Hopefully we wrote it down.
I think we did.
That would have been smart.
Yeah, but we're not smart people.
That is true.
No.
Don't worry, I'm also not smart. I made a character in Gizmo that had sending stones. right there with you, buddies.
Yeah, I think it's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the number I was gonna say if we didn't write it down. Yeah.
Alright, so say you're sending?
Mhm.
What is it you send to Morgana? Sorry?
Selena has returned to us from her trial. She is safe within the castle of Thunderous. How fares the Ghislaine front? Any developments?
In response, you hear back. Yep. Just a bunch of mental static and crunching noises.
Yeah.
As your sending fails to pierce the fog.
I love my home. Piece of shit.
Day 3 of sending, I have to wait for Jeremy to get back.
He's back.
No. As a, Jeremy is Cyrus is an NPC now. We handle NPCs.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I sent it to him, so I'll read what I've sent to him.
I can only reply if they allow me to.
Exactly.
Checking up on you. Selena made it safely to us. I have a new oath and a god? Christine and Aqua are a couple. My condolences.
That's a lot. Congratulations, I guess. We're good. This is twice people have talked to us this week. Did you all learn magic? No, it stops.
Since Jake said he was going to contact us when he was done, I don't know how, I got 2 more sendings left. I'll text Azerod.
Okay.
Yep.
Can't wait to hear anything.
Yep. Sorry, this one I had not had typed out, so I am thinking of words.
He actually just receives like a paper, like it's not in the brain, but like
Yeah.
his brain like creates like a paper, like a letter. He reads that and then it just disappears. That's how he receives
Thanks.
sendings.
I like the idea of
It's
you
calligraphy
get a
as well.
generated
Yeah.
response of we're sorry, Azerod is not here right now. Please leave him there."
We send this to this
I will say to him, the Soul Forge has been deactivated. Any luck on getting the phylactery back?
You hear, did you disable the Soul Forge? Interesting. I've never been able to see it in working capacity. How does it function? Can you tell me what? And he rambles on about the Soul Forge for the entire time.
Suck it, it's something cool in you.
It's like,
Oh
yeah, the
my
25 word limit is hit well before he clearly is done talking.
Why does this not surprise me?
He led with "We destroyed Archaeotech," and you expect the Magic Man to be like...
Magic Man's like, yeah, that's pretty cool and all, but what would you say about this?
As soon as you get that, it's like, of course he's responding like that.
Oh my god.
He's such a nerd.
Just need to wait for an answer back from Kay for something.
No, look, that's a you thing. That ain't me, dude. I'm just saying it'd be funny.
Okay.
You do what you want. I do not condone anything. But do
Question,
it anyway.
DMs. I would like to send off another sending the following day.
Mhm.
That's insane.
The odds are this won't work.
Okay, this will be funny.
You remember that flying skeleton boy we seen once out the portal?
Yes.
I would like to do a sending to the Lich.
The Lich.
Okay,
Yes.
give us a moment. I need to look up which. Where is my list?
While you're doing that, he said, and I quote, "Should I try and sending the Lich we've seen once?" And my response was, "It'd be funny. Potentially a good thing, but funny."
I do need to read this stuff.
Because I just was like, huh? What did you just say?
Can you sending an undead creature?
I
You sent
think
over
I
planes.
think the specifics of like how one of these single rocks work is you have to be like
On the plane.
name and then the message.
Yeah, no, you name who you want to cast in. Yeah, no, you're right.
You
You're
don't know
right.
his name.
Lich man.
Lich? Question
Man
mark?
Jones.
You know what? I'm just gonna
I
do
did
that.
find it, but yeah.
Did we know? Did we identify he was in fact a lich?
I
We can
mean,
make assumptions.
I don't think anyone ever
No,
explicitly
we
said
never
it, but
did.
I think it, like
Well, I think
You
Azra
should-
did because he was
Oh,
like
no, yeah, he
they're good
did,
people.
yes.
He was like they're
Yeah.
the good guys.
Ooh, okay. Little
He did,
change
yeah.
over then.
Mm-hmm.
Get
Sending
his full name.
Azerod first, and we can do this on the following day for the lich.
Okay.
Oh my god.
interesting.
Golden Flying Man. Do you know the name of a lich on this plane? I wish to try something.
Because my brain is dumb, you said, "Do you know the name?" My brain immediately went, "Do you know the Muffin Man?" The Muffin Man.
Muffin Man.
Muffin man.
We'll assume this is a
Fucking
day
hell.
that's not being plagued by, hey, we did the Soulforge thing. So he's like, I made acquaintance with all the liches present. I have the name of 3 of them.
Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to follow that up the next day, aren't I?
It's probably one sending per day situation.
If only we knew.
Alright, how many days do we have? 1, 2, 3.
5.
We used up 1 later on, or 1 earlier in the week, that's the second. Following day, presumably before the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yesterday, liches. I just need the name of any of those 3.
Alright. 1 second.
Oh god.
You're making us open up all the documents right now.
I'm not sure if I'm upsetting you or not here.
You're not.
We're trying to actively
their
engage in
brains
the
work.
board here.
Oh, there's a D6.
You hear back. Do believe the one I'm most familiar with is someone named Hohenheim.
Fuck you.
God.
Can we have that in common spelling, please?
Yep. Oh, God.
I should probably write this down somewhere so I can copy
Hohenheim.
that.
I believe he was the one that attacked us when we were at
Oh, beautiful.
the
Beautiful.
portal. And he rambles on about how like they've become friends for the rest of the 25 boys.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad
I
to
just
hear you
thought
guys
Howard
were alright.
Man, and then I got upset.
There.
I'm glad to know that, you know, the lich that came out of the portal, like, kind of attacking us, is now friends with the dragon, man.
He didn't come out of the portal. He was going into the portal at the same time.
He was
were
doing
going into the
something.
portal.
He was doing something and I was afraid.
There.
Okay. I got a last one
Yes.
for day 5.
Okay.
Okay.
This is to Davian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry for pestering you, but can you describe the nature of your bargain with Court de Shane?
So you cast Sending through the stone.
Yeah.
As you cast the spell, 1 second, I need to roll dice.
You actually receive it, but
Okay.
10 years down the line.
Your Sending stone in your hand gets very, very hot for a few seconds as you finish casting it, and then you feel the spell start to like basically leave as it go out, and kind of the feeling of as the spell is cast, you feel the spell kind of tearing itself in two, and then it dissipates.
Oh. Oh, okay. I might
The
have
spell was not sent as it broke.
I will have maybe I'll go to Selena to see if the stone's okay. Is it still magical? Think I did
I
some. Hi. How's it going?
yeah, not bad. Doesn't matter.
I tried to cast to a god. I don't know if this is broken. Could you see if it is?
I feel like I would know about as best as anyone. I don't really have a detect magic. This is out of character.
You don't check match. Do you have identify?
No, she doesn't have any of those things.
Then
So
you're right. There is no real way for you guys to be able to detect or identify magic on an item.
The rock doesn't
I'm
look
sorry.
damaged.
It looks okay. The magic sense I get around people, it feels like something like a connection with the people I know. I don't really get that from weapons and tools. It seems okay, but what happened? How did you break it?
I cast sending, and I tried to contact Davian, and the stone got really hot, and then I think the magic just dissipated and tore itself apart.
My only guess is that maybe it's got something to do with trying to communicate with a god. I feel like that's I'm not even sure if that's something that can really be done with a sending stone. As far as I know, it's not really something that people do normally. And wouldn't it be easier to just communicate with him through meditation? Considering you're in an oath to him?
Maybe I don't know how to contact. I don't know his meditations though. That's the thing. Kind of finicky. I don't even know the meditations I'm meant to be doing.
Maybe it doesn't have to be specifically a meditation of like a ritual, but just in the evening, just relax, unwind, and just close your eyes and take deep breaths and just try to feel that connection. Just hang on a sec. Davian's the god of what again? Do we know? Time.
I think it's been
Okay,
pointed out that he's a god of time.
We haven't pointed out, I think, through maybe 2 points of separation to you eventually.
I
Okay,
literally told you he had I told you who he was.
Okay, I couldn't remember,
the
sorry.
last session. So good.
I guess, like, being a god of time, it's sort of a... just allow that feeling of the seconds ticking by to sort of wash over you and maybe, like, become... try to think about that, think of time, of everything that encompasses. It sounds silly, it sounds complicated, but
That actually sounds like it could work.
It's personally, I feel like whenever I was trying to communicate with the celestial that is tethered to me, that was something I used to try to just clear my mind, empty everything, just completely go blank slate. A little bit different with a god than a celestial, I imagine, but your connection to him is there, so I'm sure if it's important, it's something that he'll reach out to you when he gets to you. I guess it's a little different to Tabris in that he seems to have a bit more of a backseat.
Tabris isn't a... Tabris is too busy being God to be a god.
But the thing with all of the gods, but I guess the larger gods more so. That's the only advice I can give. I don't think sending stones are designed to speak to those sorts. I'm sure it's not broken, but just try it on someone mortal next time. If you need a test, you can send to me at some point, but otherwise,
I'll try tomorrow to send to you.
okay, that sounds good. I'll let you know how it sounds. If it's got any distortion or anything.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No worries, anytime.
I leave her be. And get my
Yeah.
stuff.
You pick up your things. So, that's your last sending and conversation. Arkford, did you want to quickly do your final sending?
Yeah, so gonna make sure Christine's not like too far for this in case I blow up.
Uh-oh. Job. Probably lazy day, I imagine.
Now, I wasn't sure if Hohenheim was 2 words or not, so I've accounted for that, I guess.
That's just his name.
Okay,
That
know
doesn't
if
count
name
towards
was-
the names don't count towards the actual.
Oh, it's part of the sentence in my case as well. Sending stone, think Hohenheim. Master Hohenheim, Pack of Azeroth. In short, do you know much about the Gate Key's fate and the power of one true catapult? Gracious.
What? What?
So you're the fools that got my phylactery stolen by the 5th! I ought to kill you and revive you, but we're not in that time scenario right now. What about the gates? And then it ends.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
You should just let me reply, say, look, I'm on your side. I didn't want this to happen in the first place. I was with some weird people. Let me try to explain that. Fuck the lich.
I looked to Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I have no
just-
clue what you're attempting to do, but if you wish to look at me like that, it looks like you're
will.
contemplating something.
I do explain the words that were given.
Okay.
So that key was a phylactery,
Yes.
and the Lich is angry with us.
I think through information gathering that was the case, and like I said from the beginning, where we were at the time was we didn't want to trust anything of them. However,
This could lead us to something eventually. Maybe, dare I say, if we find more info on both sides, an ally down the line for something else, totally not trying to come up with a reason to avoid certain things.
look, I'm gonna say this right here, right now. Do you even want to get caught up in that? It sounds like he's not very happy with us. And if that's the case, something that powerful, I'd probably sidestep for now.
You're right. I'll give it a few days and maybe start with an apology to them.
She thinks for a moment. She thinks has that sort of look where she's gonna actually start doing something maybe a bit more sass, I guess, but then just kind of thinks better of it.
We're gonna be busy. You're right. We'll do it in a month.
I think at the very least in that regard, If you need me to help with an apology, I can try to get something across. I do want to at least explain how it got taken in a sense. But I don't think it's a good idea to particularly say how it might have gotten into someone's hands in the first place. Else, someone hanging out on an island right now might see themselves in a bad situation.
Hmm. This was a bad idea, wasn't it?
Absolutely it was. I don't think you needed me to say that though. What are you trying to do?
Find an excuse.
Going well?
Nope.
So we're gonna leave soon?
Yes. Everything's telling me to go that way, so I've got the cards ready.
She pauses for a moment with like a slightly like more sadder sigh. Look, this doesn't have to be something that you need to go to, fully commit to, and then whatever. There are points where you can tap out. I'm sure of it.
It's something I need to do. And I said I'd introduce you, didn't I?
That first part is exactly why I think it's good for us to do this. Because there's something within you that says you need to. Not just from outside influence. Think more from yourself. In here. Just like sort of points, I guess, like sort of touching just the chest, but like near where your heart is.
I don't know Leonin anatomy, so...
Shrug. She
You're
wouldn't.
still a mammal, and your heart will be in the same spot as another mammal.
Ah. In the
Maybe.
brain.
We haven't checked yet.
Listen, you're humanoid. Let's just put it that.
We haven't checked yet.
Hmm.
Delay
Yeah.
you might, but you know what you need to do. And it is still fully in your control. But I can see when someone's being stubborn. I know that all too well. Don't delay yourself missing out on something that you need to do.
Christine's getting that big lion hug.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down and think for a bit.
Probably wise right now. We have the time. Take it.
Let's not tell the others about this mistake.
And if you dare utter it to anyone else, I do not want anyone else to even attempt to do what you just did. I could barely hear that name through a whisper when you said it. Keep that to yourself. For now. Unless you want to tell everyone that we've got the attention of someone very important.
No, not yet. More important things.
At least wait until we can apologize first.
Yeah.
So think on that for a little bit.
Cat's going in timeout.
But this happened like near the end of the downtime,
Yeah.
I assume. I will mention as well, but any time you've like gone places or done things multiple times a day, you can't help but notice the twin, like a black and a white animal. Different forms, always like barely on the edge of your vision, always only for a split second before they disappear again. It just keeps happening, like even multiple times a day.
Aqua looks at his hands. There's a black and a white fucking bed bug.
Yeah, it's like he looks down at your arm, and like at the moment, like a black and a white fly like take off from your arm and disappear out of sight. And like you lift your head to follow them, and you can't find them, despite like how perceptive you are. They're just gone.
You seem like you need a rest.
Yep. Sleep it is.
Yerp.
In your
Uh-huh.
do you see two lines? Ah!
How many lions do I see in Christine's eyes?
Well, two, because there's two eyes, and
No!
so
There's 3 lions.
Oh,
oh god,
I have
oh
twins.
no.
Twins. Yes, that's what they are.
That's your standing. Anyone who go next? We've done Akfa's main things. I think we've done Hugans, Tez, you did yours. Selena, because you're not doing a whole lot, if I remember.
Nah, she's not doing a whole heap.
Yep. Christine, I think's done hers. Inazaz, you're good.
All good.
Cool. In that case, I think since Mim isn't here, maybe we'll get to her when if she shows up. What if she's doing anything? So, day 5 comes. You all collect your things. Those who bought them from the fireworks, or from the gear house, sorry, they provide them to you, and then you can all pack up and get ready to head north. So. The only direct, if you are heading towards Savannah, north is the main way up there, where you pass through Andivine on the way to Pride Watch and then into the Savannah itself. Sorry about that. Big coughs. The road north out of Telmarus is, as always, very well traveled. Heading towards Andivine, this is a very well maintained road. Like last time you guys headed up this road was a while ago. But it was like there is routine guard patrols up and down this road. It's like all day, so there's constant traffic of traders heading north and south. There's quite a lot of soldiers and whatnot still heading north from the city. As the situation in Sonaris is taken care of, you assume that more people have been heading now west towards the Ankeg situation that is still ongoing. Are you all choosing to walk, or are you going to take a carriage or a cart, or what?
I have one, so.
Oh, that's right. It was being delivered here, right? So
Yep.
yeah, you pick it up. Yeah.
We have the double horse carriage.
In which case, it's only unless there's a reason, unless anything you guys want to do in Andivine heading north, just getting to Pride, which will only take 5 days.
Wait.
Andivine, yep. Did someone say something, or am I cut someone off?
Cards.
I'll say in Andivine there is the magic store Zazafran's House of Mysteries, which the shop is there. So if anything jumps out at anyone, the items are all there for people to pick from. You can just grab them and say you shop on the way past. Otherwise, you continue on north towards Pride's Watch, which is all the travelers. Remember, Pride's Watch is more of a fort than a town. Well stocked with soldiers, or meant to be well stocked with soldiers, watching the north for incursions of Three Kreen as it comes south. When you arrive at Pride's Watch, though, it is almost mothballed. Like, there is the bare minimum number of people left to staff it, as clearly everyone else was pulled away for the other 2 situations that were going on. Some people are returning, but it's still very undermanned compared to how it was the first time you were all here.
As you look around, you do see that there is a place to ask for your carriage and your horses to be maintained. There seems to be a couple stationed here at a nearby stable.
If you want to take the carriage into the savannah, you can. It will be probably, honestly, slower than walking, as this is complete savannah with no maintenance at all. Like, there are no roads north of Fort Pride Watch. But if you want to, you can. It just might suck.
I will look to the party briefly. Do you want me to get some tents out? I can probably fit them in the bag.
As much as walking is going to be a bit difficult through the savannah, I feel like it might be a bit rough on the horses if we take them through.
Alright, let me go ahead and move some things out of the cart. I will ask them, do they have a cost for stabling?
It's the same as most places. I think it's like, oh fuck, let me look up the price.
Man,
It is in the DMG. Player's handbook, actually.
Maybe 2 gold a night.
It's very, honestly, it might be even less. Once it's...
Oh, wrong person to delete pointers.
2 gold per night.
This is the problem having too many D&D books. I can't find a player's handbook.
What are you doing now?
Trying to
It's
They-
like a priest plays.
What did I miss?
They do have feed for the next 40-ish or so days, if that knocks the price down at all.
It would. Because of one of the costs is paying for feed.
Okay.
Stabling is 1 gold for 2 days. With you having your own feed,
Oh, let me just take off 5 days of feed. Sorry, so it's 35.
so it would only be 8 silver for 2 days. So with you providing your own feed,
Let me do
just to
some
make it more confusing.
8 silver for 2 days. Let me do some quick math.
Oh, math. Disgusting.
So for every 2 days, it's 8 silver. So essentially, for 5 days of storage, it's 4 gold.
now, you can pay what you can, and when you get back, they will obviously,
Yeah.
charge the rest.
Tell you what, I'll put down a deposit of. How does 50 gold sound?
Excessive, personally, but I'll take it. I'm not going to look at a 50 gold horse in the mouth.
There is a
Or two
chance
of
that
them.
we may not come back through.
50
Well-
gold, and we can sell this? Yippee.
If we're not back by the time that gold's used up, yes.
Well, by a rough estimate, you have 31 days for us to look after your 2 horses. Hopefully see you in a month.
I was gonna say, do I know how long the ride usually goes for?
It's usually
Um,
about a week.
Yeah.
Travel to it, get back. Yeah, no, that'll be within a month. Why not?
Probably.
Well, actually, we're on time constraints because we've also got. You know what? Let's let's go with that. I will spend the 50 GP for now.
What was the small bit I missed because I had to be taken away for like about 15 minutes, 10, 15.
Yeah. Ark was just paying for stabling for the animals,
I have.
and you're going to walk north.
I have taken a few things out of the cart, like the tents and the blankets. They're in the bag of holding.
So we've already moved on.
Not yet.
Uh,
But
Yeah,
well,
we left.
They left the city. If there's anything you want to do in the city quickly while you're
No,
AFK,
I just wanted to just make sure like I knew where we were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do you
you're
want
in
to get
full
anything
Pride
from
Watch.
Mandivine?
it's been 5
Um,
days, and you've made it to Fort Pride Watch.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank
So
you.
it is
there
currently the 12th.
I'll say for convenience, Kate, there was a magical shop in Andivine called Friend's House of Mysteries. It is in the shops tab. If you want to buy anything from it, we'll just assume you guys stop in on the way before you keep heading north.
I'll
do be
quick
having a
brief
look.
check, but I probably imagine.
There is one item in there that is very tempting, honestly.
Which item?
Not gonna lie, it's the ring actually.
To rule them all.
The citrine ring.
Which the Ring of Lightning was
Resistance
it?
to lightning.
Mm.
I don't think we updated this, so...
Yeah, I'm not going to for now because I don't actually know, but
Yo, John?
yeah.
He's just had a bad season. Trade to all the other magic shops on the east has been fucked up by the army.
Oh. Shit.
And
Oh,
trade
wow.
And-
all the magic shops in the west has been fucked
Oh,
up by the
fuck.
Ankhegs.
And the water.
You know what?
So, you know
Okay,
what?
yeah.
It's fine. That's the shop.
He's had a
Yeah,
bad month.
yeah,
You know what?
Grandpa,
Screw
talk
it.
about the war.
I'll let whoever's purchasing do that first. And then what happens if we do it all at once?
I just bought cool new. I just bought cool new fire armor, but that breastplate of resistance.
Yeah, I'll be looking at the same. I don't know if it's worth to drop 1 AC to pick up thunder resistance.
Yeah,
Weighing
probably
my
not.
options.
Just take lightning resistance instead from the ring.
I've already got full attunements.
Ooh, unlucky.
I could buy it so you can't have it.
No, I
That's
don't.
me.
I don't
Uh,
actually. No, I think I do have that much gold.
Who's currently shopping, just out of curiosity?
Me.
Okay, let me know.
Not
when you're
me.
I might need to create a bonfire.
But yeah. So yeah, it's handing over the 50 GP currently to the guy. I'm like, yep, we may pass back through in a month. If not, well, yeah, they're all yours to do with you as you wish. Turn them into food, sell them. It's up to you.
Oh.
Oh, and the stuff inside, of course. That's. I don't know if you need a ladder. You're free to use it.
No, it's my ladder.
Or the block and tackle. I don't imagine we'll need that on the road.
My ladder.
another question.
Imagine
James.
ladder.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well,
Would it theoretically be cheaper if I were to say purchase this whip of +2 and then get the enchantment moved to another piece of gear, or not?
Spell stripping and moving is a process.
It would probably not be more efficient because that would take like months of work.
you'd reduce the cost, but you'd increase the time cost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have to strip the enchantment. Like, as an AJ, we've discussed that's even possible. But even if it is, it's stripping the enchantment, storing the enchantment magically somehow, and then reapplying it to a new item.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
in a
it's-
different universe, there's an infusement system, but it's not.
Hear me
here.
out. You rewrite those spells, those wraps of spell snaring, so they can hold a spell.
I like to hold this fireball.
Wrap of enchantment snaring.
Yeah.
Oh
My
my
enchant-
god.
My
Could- I mean, that could be a legit discovery in this world. Who knows?
Will it automatically math for me, or will I have to do things?
The price, it should automatically math for you.
spell storage and some wraps.
No, you didn't. Sweet.
Well, it didn't convert from platinum. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna have to do math.
All right, let me just do a quick purchase.
90 plat for 900.
That
It's put me at
and-
negative 570 GP.
Just do
dead.
55 plat. Oh,
57.
57, sorry.
I mean, this guy's going to be having a field day actually selling shit.
Yeah. He looks, as always, as a friend, looks very excited. As the people are buying things, he's like, "Thank you, everyone, for coming to Zazafran's House of Mysteries."
You know, there are a few
and-
things I miss on the adventure.
Like his
I'm still
name.
hesitant to say he's one of them.
There we go.
That's mean.
Did that update?
I
Yes.
miss him, but I don't miss him.
He's a hooded cobra man.
Yeah, I miss him, but I don't miss him.
Don't
It's not
question why I
letting-
rolled 2 scrolls. It's not important.
But transfer 57 plat to gold.
Well, I'm trying to just spend the 57 plat, but it's saying insufficient currency or types, and that's clearly wrong.
We
Let me see.
maybe just try converting it to gold because you can just convert plat to gold. That might work.
Let's see.
Convert your negative gold to plat.
Plat to gold.
I mean, that would also probably work if you converted negative
Yeah,
gold into
cool,
platinum.
cool.
It would apply negative platinum.
I think that
Easy.
I'm so sorry, Kay, if you wanted to buy those scrolls.
No, I do not care. I was gonna make a joke about if I buy a +2 whip, does it a +2 to performance check?
No.
Damn,
oh,
that was it. That was all I was gonna say. I had
That was
nothing I
pretty
wanted from there.
funny.
I had nothing
I
I
like
wanted from there.
that.
gives a
Yeah.
+1 to self-esteem,
What
-2
fucking
to
level are
like
these
social
spells?
engineering.
I still feel like it should be a +2 performance because it is a magical whip.
It is a +2 to attacks and damage rolls. So there's definitely the +2 damage would definitely apply, but you would need a
I'm
very
just
different
saying.
enchantment.
You could do both.
Oh, that's a cantrip.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, maybe I can read that one.
You can
cast
read
it.
all of them.
can
You
cast
can, the casting is the. Hopefully, you can do that part.
It's the in the moment situation to see if you can actually cast them. But yeah, so you're all going on foot into the savannah.
Create a bonfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
You-
on foot.
So yeah, you pack your things up best you can. You head on foot, heading relatively due north. As Akva, you've been like you would know roughly where this takes place. As you do, they attempt to go to the most what is considered the centralist point in the savannah. That way, all pride stretched across the entirety of the savannah can try to meet up as easily as possible. And as you head north, after a day and a half, nearly 2 days of walking, you start seeing honestly almost a day in. You start seeing signs of the pride, which is tracts of flattened grassland where clearly others have passed through here before in recent times. And further north, you start to see many pillars of smoke. Not like, a large burning thing, but clearly like dozens and dozens of campfires. Eventually, when they come into sight, you see the biggest conglomeration of different types of hide tents of all different colors and styles. You see there's basically a huge ring of people gathering around an area. In the very center, there appears to be some kind of structure being assembled slowly out of wood, which to everyone who doesn't remembers, wood is kind of a rare-ish commodity in the savannah.
Fancy.
Well, kind of, yeah. It's a big deal to build things out of wood in the savannah. Like there are basically no trees here. You'd have to go down to Amarish to get any decent woodland or into the Great Forest, which is not safe. So they're assembling something large out of wood in the very center of everything. Looks like weird platforms and stuff.
Yeah, as you're walking past, you see that like there are several like groups of Leonin that you know are from other tribes, just hanging around talking. There is a section off into like the west that has a group of like maybe 5 to 10 Leonins scattered around it, sort of separating a particular set of tents.
Can I do a perception check for one thing in particular?
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
That talisman I got a while back from Dazzle.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to perception to see if I can find hints of his tribe.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
9. You are distracted.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. There is the signs of dozens and dozens of different tribes scattered throughout here. You will know that the different tribes are separated into 7 like kind of smaller camps around. I believe it's 7 smaller camps around the main area. One for each of the 6 clans that they assume basically everyone hails from, and then the final one being for those, as Leonin welcome any who come to join. It's the last camp for ones who do not hail from any of the camps, from the clans. And from your glance, as you're moving in, you're trying to find with this symbol you find your Drezel's item, but your eyes are distracted when you see the sign of Pride Virali.
It's home. I should probably change my last name on this again.
Yeah, as ceremony, you would head towards whichever camp you think would fit for you, and which you would be, if it's one of the 6 clans, you head up to them, and then they welcome you to join them, or you'd have to head to the 7th one if you do not hail from anyone. So, with Akfa in the lead, technically, you guys, it's up to you with which area you're going towards.
Looking to the group before we go any further, then. Shum probably discussed a little bit on the foot travel.
Yeah. This takes 2 days, so you guys have heaps of time for discussion if you're going to have stands.
Given things, did you all wish to meet my pack? Or did you wish to stay as outsiders?
I thought that's where we were going.
There's a chance you could enter this yourself, is what I'm offering.
Well,
Isn't someone like me probably going to be a disadvantage to others, though?
It's not all physical. There are aspects of this that each pack tends to, each tribe is excelled in. Not all of us have the same specialties.
I see.
And some of us strayed away from what our tribe was most known for. There are always outliers, and outsiders, as long as they're with a member of the tribe, for most tribes will be welcomed as family.
Well, then that one is entirely in your ball court, I feel.
I agree. Wherever you want to go, Akfa, we're with you.
Wherever you want us as well, feel free.
Well, it's not like we don't stand out. Let's go.
literally a sort of, yeah.
Oh, and your kind, by the way, you won't be shunned here exactly, so you don't have to hide.
I get the feeling that they might be here anyways. Got a bad feeling.
Possibly.
Yeah, as you... So are you walking to the Virali tents?
Raleigh it is.
Yep. As you're walking past, you see like several tents have like small displays open. Like, oh, here's some interesting like bone work that we've made, or furs, and anything like for trade or purchase that people want to have as you're walking past. Much of it is very ceremonial.
You know what? I might even have my gauntlets off right now.
Oh shit, he's naked.
You just feel
sound like
nothing.
It does feel that way.
As you...
It's like seeing Donald Duck without a shirt. It's weird.
Only the shirt though. That's the weird part.
You know, gauntlets are off, glasses are on.
As you sort of make your way to the middle eastern section, that's usually typically where they start, like in the middle of the circle on the east side. They have this whole like section of different tribes and clans that live under the Virali Pack, and as you walk through, you recognize some people.
Some you grew up with.
I hope I'm Clark Kenting them right now.
Some that you haven't seen in quite a while. Others look entirely different as you sort of make your way to one of these large tents in the middle that seems to probably be like for the Pride, the actual like major family. You start like trudging along, it's getting a bit more and more awkward.
You can just
As you
stop
do.
right at sort of like the border of that area.
Yeah.
You go first. Looks to the mushroom. Oh wait, is Jeremy here? Looks to Hugin.
Yes.
Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Oh,
Tries to
I'm-
push you past me.
Yeah,
Don't-
basically,
I
you're getting
step forward.
So yeah, you're arriving at the central area, kind of where this like the big open central tent is. There's clearly a gathering in the middle of it of different like older Leonin, who are like all together in a ring. And yeah, as you would know, Akfa, you meant to arrive, announce yourself, like who you are, and etc. And then you're welcomed in. So yeah, you get to this point, and then you push Hugin forward.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't you be the one? Okay.
Okay, I'm Hugin. Hello. I've come here with, well, I gesture to Akva. Akva, he said, that this would be good. Not only for him, but for all of us. Thank you for allowing us to come. I
As
guess.
you step in and you say hello, there's clearly a level of confusion that passes through all the people there, because when you say hello, the assembled elders turn towards your group, seeing Hugin in the lead, and there is clearly a level of confusion hits all of them as like, who is this person? As this particular camp, you have passed like almost exclusively Leon, this like in this particular camp. And then you reach center, and it's like they all see Hugin first, and then Hugin mentions Akfa, and then all their heads turn to Akfa. Akfa, there's a level of like, they're all like, oh, so he's the one. What goes through your mind, Akfa, when you meet the eyes of your mother and father,
Shit.
who you haven't seen in quite a while?
Panic?
Okay,
I
panic.
would like to rage.
Christine, do you want to roll insight? Just because I feel like it would be something you do.
Sure, absolutely, I would. I might even tide this. You know,
I
I
would
might
like-
tide this. Let's
I would
just
like
have
to.
fun with it.
I would like to panic rage.
Yeah.
No, just 12.
All right.
No.
So, yeah, Akfa, I think even the stoic figure that Akfa is, you know, the moment he goes into a rage, that
He's
mindless...
running from something.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so you panic. Then what? You enter this rage, Akfa. What's happening next? The elders all a section of the elders move towards you. Those who you don't recognize even remotely don't approach. But those who, like, your direct family or those who are closely related to your family slowly start approaching the group.
Yeah, I will say, like, your mum and dad have stepped up and started walking, like, towards you.
Yeah.
Sort of pushing past Yugen.
Oh, good. He was the one I was going to punch.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, it looks like I'm... What is going on at the moment with this? Yeah, so Arthur looks like he's about to wind up a punch to Hugin out of habit. They sort of push past and completely freezes up.
As you you got your head, you got your arm like up in the air. At which point, the steps come closer and it's like more and more awkward. And then you just hear a thud and like boom, slap on the back, and your dad's like, "My son is home!"
There is a cheer from some surrounding Leonin, and when you look around, you spot faces that you grew up with. Maybe some you didn't even recognize initially, as it has been so long. But it appears that your section of Clan Virali is cheering for the return of their son.
Yeah, I'm back.
You've been away for a long time. Please come. I'm sure you'll be accepted with open arms. So sit. And it like starts pulling you off to like where their particular camp is. It's like, bring your friends, all of you. If you're with Akvar, obviously you're you're basically part of the family as well. Then you've got to tell us what's happened. It's been so long.
I think I'm a little bit on the. This is going a little bit too nicely side. Where I'm like,
oh yeah, no.
Like,
being I assume dragged in. There's definitely this look of please come.
They're all mimics.
Yeah.
They're all living mimics.
Quick, everyone, right-click examine. They might be doppelgangers.
If you
One
guys...
thing, no, there are as jokes. There are a lot of Arkvars. There are a lot of Leonin around. Arkvar is the only white Leonin.
Oh.
Ah, see.
The chosen boy.
His
You
parents
too?
might be
Does
different. Like, might be more like the usual tan colors that are most lions. Like they're just it's general normal colors.
Does Christine sort of like actively walk ahead to go with Alpha, like straight away, or does she hesitate?
I think it's more so she's not sure if she should. Like, it's not that hesitation, kind of like, oh, I don't know if I should interrupt, sort of thing. It's more of like a caution looking, because like in her mind right now, it feels like there was that tension and it just suddenly broke. For her, that's not a good thing. Like, there's been so many situations where like it kind of leads to this point where something turns eventually. So she's just constantly on that back foot of like, I'm gonna view over first and see what happens before stepping forward.
I think Selena would put like a reassuring hand on her shoulder in that sort of like sense of like, it's okay. Like if you, like, it's sort of like if you go to walk off with him, it's sort of like a gentle pat as you go, sort of thing of like, just a reassuring like, this is okay. This is good.
Actually, fairness to Inazaz's
She
comment,
hangs back until.
yeah.
Sorry.
I was going to say, in fairness to Inazaz's comment, I actually don't even know if he knows what a Leonin is technically, so...
I do.
Yeah.
One of his siblings is a...
Ah, right.
If no one's like immediately like following,
I'm probably a step behind or two.
okay.
I'll follow. I'm not scared. I'm gonna teach so many kids so many bad things.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not like the scared kind of like, oh, I'm not going forward, but like that's a couple steps behind, just watching from him, like trying to take in as wide of a view as possible to like catch something.
Yeah. I
I'd
think
stick with Christine slightly behind.
I think regardless, as Hugin, you're about to step forward, one of the elders, who's probably standing just as tall as Akvar is, sort of withered a little bit in muscle mass, but still you can see that like in his prime he would be very much a contender, holding his staff. He reaches his hand forward, is like, It's good to see one of your kind in the savannah. We haven't seen you for quite a while, I believe.
They're not here. I am I am very glad to be amongst family of family. It's been a long time since I've had such a warm welcome.
And he gives you the Matra, like, clasps the arm, not the hand, sort of
the
shape.
arm clasp? Yeah.
Yep. Come.
Yes. I will go with him.
Yeah, he leads you actually towards one of the nearer. It's actually not the particular one that Arkford's heading towards, but like one of the ones nearby. But as he leads you off, he's just talking to you of like old hobgoblins he's known, from decades, in like 50 years past, like ones he used to talk to and know, and like just sharing you stories of like him when he was younger to a at this point borderline captive audience, because it's like social etiquette of does Hugin leave this old man who's clearly enjoying talking to you about the glory days of other hobgoblins he knew, or do you stay and be polite? Especially when almost as soon as he takes you into his camp and sit down, they hand you alcohol.
I mean, at this point, he's how old is this old man? Is he like, does he look like in his 70s, 80s, that sort of thing?
It's hard to tell with Leonin because they're all there, but he roughly in the 80s-ish.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him finish his piece. This, Hugin is more often than not, he's enthralled and actually kind of happy to hear that this man has come across hobgoblins that aren't immediately gonna kill him. He seems relieved. He will gladly take the ale.
Yeah, he hands you a small wooden bowl full of alcohol, some preserved fermented drink that is very good and very, very alcoholic.
I feel like when they're leading Hugin off, I feel like that would be the point where someone would have that moment of oh shit, he's going that way, Christine's going this way. Who do I stay with to reassure? Because she doesn't know where he's going. She doesn't know if he's gonna get chewed out or anything.
Christine will
So-
send a message back noticing that he's moved on to you, and she'll just say, follow him, just in case.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just taking it in first.
Okay. I'll meet back with you. I'll go and make sure he's all good.
Mm-hmm.
And she sort of has this relieved sort of look on her face of it seems like this is the option she kind of wanted to do, but she didn't want to leave you in the lurch. So knowing that you're confident enough to to do this part alone has given her some relief.
It's probably a big
Is she,
notice from last time as well. She's probably
It's sort of she's trusting you, that she knows that you've got this, but it's at the same time she doesn't want to let you down, sort of thing.
Oh, bless.
Being okay, you need to make
Everyone
sure he
always
doesn't,
does.
get taken away because she's worried that he's gonna get kidnapped.
Again.
Yeah, she'd sort of go over there and be like, "I'm very sorry to interrupt. Is it okay if I come into this lovely conversation, or is this a private thing?"
This is
I'm
two
not
with
with-
one. So this is just the Eugen Hugin's area, the guy that took Hugin away.
Yeah.
No, the man who was there, when you're like, can I join? He's like, absolutely, take a seat, young lady, and he keeps just recounting old tales from when he was young. It might be a bit of a culture shock, Hugin, to definitely hear stories, as well as Selena, hear stories about hobgoblins and whatnot. The man is talking very fondly of his time he spent. It sounds like this guy actually spent some time north in the Scarlet, in the area that is now the Scarlet Spear.
He said that he was like talking about hobgoblins that he did like 50 years ago or something, right?
Yeah,
So that tracks.
yeah. From what he's saying and what you know of it, this is like pre-Zool,
Yeah.
pre-Zool era.
We had it so great for so little time.
It's like as he's telling, like recounting the stories, so it's like listening very like it's like this is really interesting, kind of like she's waiting on all of the stories and just like really enjoying herself. If they give her alcohol, she will also drink it.
Yes.
She would be interested in the history lesson.
Yeah.
Yes, she does. She loves history.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
It is regarding my one of my abilities, the keeper's memory.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm drunk, will I still remember everything?
Yes, unless you
Okay.
pass out, in which case you are not conscious on your feet.
I like
It
that
might-
Christine's like sends me off in trust that I'm going to like be a smart human being and like look after Hugan, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna be fucking plus.
Yeah, and it's like they provide almost immediately, like you're given alcohol, they start like putting food down in front of you as well. Like people are eating just generally. You two probably don't know because you don't know all of the tribal dynamics here, but like from Arkva's point of view, each one of these little camps, while they're like separate, they're distinctly separated around the central camp, like the central tent. They're all like people from every camp are intermingling constantly. This is the entire point of like the separate camps is like, hey, these people are basically your family, and everyone here is your family. So they all talk and spread. So no one even bats an eye at these two other people at clearly a camp that is not theirs.
Yeah, plus there's Leonin from different even clans, like on like part of this like six segmented circle, like there's a decent group of people from other clans here to just chill out with the Virali pack.
A lot of young men and women, especially.
Which you see, as a couple of you would have seen during the night, you see a couple of them go to that section that I mentioned before with like a bunch of guards, sort of sectioning off this section in the west with a whole bunch of tents. You see like groups of Leonin make their way there.
Oh, I think I know what that was for.
Yeah, so the old man holds you both captive as long as he can. But Virali, Arkva, you are led back to your familial tribe. They bring you as well to the central campfire there, where you're essentially paraded before everyone. You see cousins, like uncles, aunts, people you like that clearly are a lot older than you were. You're being introduced to people you knew as a child who you don't recognize. What are you doing in this situation?
Your dad's got your shoulder clasped, like look, and your mom's like sort of just standing next to you, a bit silent at the moment, but obviously looking, trying to perceive. You have like kids and people like cousins and stuff, just like checking your scars, like moving parts of your fur to see like, oh look, he's got a fucking wicked one right here.
Oh God. Look, it's good to see you, but we can't stay.
Why not?
Of course. Well, they'll stay for a while, obviously. The pride hasn't only begins tomorrow. After that, I assume you'll go on your way. But at least for the week, you're here.
You're home.
Sure, home.
Arkva, as you look around all the people who are gathered, like those coming up to you, those you recognize, there is one individual that definitely catches your eye who is not present. As you see all the people around here, everyone coming and going, you do not see Kuyan.
Perhaps that's a question for Lit. Right, I should try to be in better spirits. Hi, everyone.
You're thunderous. Hi. Everyone sort of replies at once.
Oh, that is so off-putting.
Didn't come back alone. I came with a job to complete for myself. Do any of you, and this is clearly trying to change topics, do any of you recognize this symbol? It sort of shows the thing.
Which particular thing? Oh, the symbol of...
Yeah, Daz's talisman, yeah.
They inspect it very carefully, and then your mother, who holds it up, goes, I believe I do, actually. That family's on the other side. They're not part of the Virali camp. Why?
I have something to return to them.
There's like a knowing look between everyone. It's like, yep. You don't even have to tell everyone. It's like an unspoken thing that passes, and there's a somber moment as they all unify. Like, there's a unified knowledge of everyone knows that you're probably returning at least an item of a fallen brother.
I believe they're from the Unarek tribe.
Oh, God. Of course it had to be them. Regardless, I'm happy to catch up and talk with all of you one by one. Is there a spot I can set up tents for me and my party?
Oh, absolutely, no problem at all. And one of you are like someone who's like somehow related to you. Is like, there's space near me. We'll clear a spot. We'll get people. We'll open it up. No problem at all.
Actually, and this is where I will sort of have another look around. Where's my sister?
Oh, don't mind her. She's taken over as leader, so she has some more preparations to handle before the events tomorrow. She's getting better, wisdom.
Thank God.
And your father nods and he's like, yeah, your mother stepped down from head of the pride when your sister started showing true promise. Ever since she's taken over, she's done one hell of a job.
She'll be a great wise woman one day. A very strong elder.
They won't have the context for this, but I just hope she's ready for what the world's got prepared.
If anyone does, it's her.
And I will look back. Is Christine still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is kind of silently observing, just taking in all bits of information being said. Whether or not it's common or Leonin, she tries to take in anything that she can understand.
Perhaps I
That's
should
also there, if that's not clear.
introduce a couple people. The others seem to have got kidnapped.
You
There's no question. They're always like, yeah, it happens.
you brought some interesting people.
The one with the big purple thing on their head, mushroom. That is Inazaz. He likes to eat raw meat.
They all look
Fine
at it.
taste.
They're like,
Man,
yes!
good
marketing
man!
Productions.
If you need anyone, yeah, no, we'll come back to that. And this other one, and I sort of hold my hand out to you, Christine.
She'll move up.
Pour out to you.
Yeah, she'll take it.
This is Christine. Someone who I've come to consider family, in that sense.
Everyone raises an eyebrow.
Even I'm like, now? Cool, we'll play it.
Sorry, 1 second.
It's one of those things where it's like takes that split moment to realize we're doing this now. Alright, we ball.
I would like to shuffle off to the side and back a little bit, and I want to cast Fairy Fire on the two of them.
If I had subtle spell, I would 100% cast a message being like, fuck you.
as you move back, kind of out of the way, which is very fortuitous timing. There is a universal like raised eyebrow from all the people there, like a silent like, oh, okay, and then there is almost a unified step back from at least half the figures who are there.
Yep.
Christine and Akva, can you both make strength saving throws?
Oh, you guys are so fucked.
You took a step back, you bastard.
What can I say?
about to
The
get
world works in
pounced on?
mysterious
I
ways.
just will count
yeah.
all
Yep.
the
Erase.
18 off.
Hold on, I want to actually read one of the files real quick.
Do you want me to roll initiative to see if I can, make sure
Escape.
Christine doesn't get fucking knocked out?
They have advantage on them because I cast Fairy Fire on them. So they're
Yeah.
low and shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, you've got an 18 strength, and
What did Christine get?
Christine,
I've already used my
9.
tide,
Oh
so
boy.
So, Arkfa and Christine,
hi.
there was probably a thought in your mind, Arkfa, that something like this, when you announced it, might potentially happen. Everyone who steps back are generally all of the younger Leonin.
Okay.
And almost immediately, there is a flood of older Leonin who come to both of you. With an 18 and a 9, unfortunately, you are not able to maintain your grip on each other, as a decent group of them pull you in each direction.
I imagine, like, for that split moment when, like, some back up and then, like, there's almost, like, people are about to, like, dash forwards. There's, like, an instinctive, like, reflex, like, in a fight, almost, like, and I haven't really gotten a chance to properly explain because I was away for a bit. The file armor that Christine has is mostly subtle in most regards. Like, her armor that she wears is underneath a bit of, like, that tank top, kind of, like, venturing gear that's over her. But, like, through parts of it, you could just see, like, these almost clear tubes, almost like where we could kind of get liquid through it. Around the belt, though, almost like a small arcane engine of sorts, fan blades in a circle, and to the side, almost like a ripcord. She reaches for that instinctively as she like plucks in a file, the air file particularly, like she's about to maybe like go for a jump, but probably with that 9 doesn't get anywhere close to actually being able to do that before being ripped away.
Yeah, like you thumb the file in quickly, very very fast, and as your hand goes to move towards the ripcord, a hand seizes your wrist. As Akfa's mother just goes, "You won't be needing that," and it starts pulling you in one direction away from Akfa. We have a lot to discuss, dear.
Oh god, what have I done?
What have you done?
As a good number of your
great.
family, Akfa, pull you in one direction and sit you down for a very in-depth interrogation, and a different group of your family pull Christine away. For you can assume a similar situation, but they take her like several campfires over. That way, you two can't correlate stories.
I don't have standing prepared. I don't have standing prepared.
You guys are so fucked.
Thank you.
As you're like being seated down, you see some of them have gone off as you're being interrogated, Christine, and they come back. They start handing you like traditional Leonin garments.
Okay, nah.
Like this would look really nice. Like it's like bracelets and like necklaces and things, stuff like that.
Sorry, I think I'm already covered in. And like she like got the two like a necklace and amulet. She's got her rings. Like, and again, I didn't actually explain properly as well. On the right arm, those like clear tubes, kind of like split into like 5, and then like attached to certain points along the arm before ending at the knuckles. Like, yeah, don't want to really take this off right now. Part of the armor.
Also, you get a very brief glance between the surrounding people, and you see Akfa is going through the same thing. As varied like men and women are bringing different articles, like, "Yes, Akfa, you should wear this today. It'll look great on you. It shines with your fur. The bone is carved." And you're like, "No, please, oh god." As you were being handed many items of like familial, probably significance, to be like, "Yes, you should be wearing this."
How far away is Inazaz?
That's a good question. Inazaz, you stepped back just in time to avoid being caught up in all that. Terra is like basically next to you, I assume. What are you doing in this moment? Like Hugin and Selena are off. You look over, basically drinking and having a good time. Akfa and Christine are now being interrogated. in different camps. What is your this moment of freedom where like a couple people look at you and like one child walks up is like, you got a weird mouth.
I like it.
Who's she
Well,
saying that
let me
to?
just fully understand
In his
the scenario I'm in.
Yep.
Mhm.
Most of the adults have left to go deal with the two. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say newlyweds because that's what it seems like this is gonna be.
Apparently.
As in the
A
intention.
large number of them have left. All of the remaining adult-looking Leonin all look like they're the equivalent of between like 18 to 22, probably like they're young, but
Mhm,
still,
mhm.
yeah.
They're still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna take
But a majority of
whatever
people left
kids
with
wish to
children.
come, and I'm gonna go teach them how safe mushroom rings are. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
do the
they're-
same thing.
Aw, that's adorable.
Yeah, you lead a small gathering of children who are just like, yeah, wait, is that your head? Or is that like a hat? Can you take that off? And one's like, why are you red?
What does it taste like?
I answer the question. I offer like I'll pull like a little piece off the mushroom, and it like sort of like forms back around, and I entice the curious kids if that's.
If you hand a piece of the mushroom of your mushroom hat to a child, they eat it almost immediately. I have
What happens?
enough
'Cause I don't
children-
even know what happens.
You know, let's roll around. Let's find out.
Is it
I don't know if I'm
flesh?
poisonous or not.
Don't
Is
kill
it
the
Am I
flesh?
children.
poisonous or am I
Mushroom?
venomous? It's two different things.
Toxic.
Did I just kill
Has
a
he
kid?
killed a kid?
That's the real
Kill a
question.
kid?
I
The
mean,
kid
to
who like
be
walking-
fair,
I'll say-
my mushroom hat, well, not hat, my mushroom head doesn't exactly give off the colors of yes, this is safe to eat.
No, but a child will still eat something if they're in the right situation. You hand them. There is no initial effect. The child is still walking. They're eating it. This tastes funny as they're chewing on it, and they go. And like after like 10 minutes, like my mouth is tingly as they're still chewing
It's like
on
an
it.
aesthetic. That's pretty funny.
And yeah, we'll assume that Tara is like sort of acting as like a teacher's helper as you're sort of like leading the kids to a section. It's like, and this is what you should do here.
I start constructing like a pretty big mushroom ring. Like I'm talking. It's gonna take a while. I'll say maybe half the size of a football field.
The
it's big.
kids are all following after you, like very interested in what you're doing, like
And it's-
talking like. Some of the mushrooms you have to go back and replant because like you put some down, they go that one's pretty, and a kid like picks it. If you go put a new one down or get that one back, it's
I'll do it around the perimeter of this camp if the camp fits within the confines of that.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
As you're doing it, it's not just like Virali kids anymore. There is definitely like someone has run off, and it's like there's a big lizard man with a mushroom hat, and there's a whole bunch of kids now. And yeah, you go teach them about mushroom roots.
Yeah.
so. Over the next hour or two, is anyone going to try and do something as this situation persists? Selena and Hugin, you are both fed traditional Leon meals, meats in strange spices that you maybe have never had before, drinks that taste either way too sweet or incredibly like horrendous, but you're assured they are very, very alcoholic. Akva and Christine, you're both like Akva, you were given the interrogation by all the people around you of how the two of you met, what you've all been doing, what you've been on a journey, how's it been going along, how did it happen. Christine, you get the same questions, but also they want to know about who you are, where you're from, what it's like in Gizlane, and stuff like that.
Oh,
So-
you think Gizlane? Oh boy.
They ask a lot of questions, and try to basically unless you are actively trying to avoid them, like I'm assuming you give over some of the basic information.
I think it's funny if I can go first. I think for Christine particularly, like it's the most basic of basic information, but she looks like that she just does not like like care to understand. Not care to understand. It's one of those like I don't like this interrogation feel because it very much feels similar to something I've been in, and that was not a good feeling. This is very, very much like a put on a facade, like weave your way around giving anything important. And she probably doesn't even bother to give a family name.
I'm going to, and I think I can do this in a somewhat subtle manner.
Catapult.
Yes, I'm going to use catapult ascending
Throw the
subtly.
rock.
I'm going to sort of like try and reach into my pocket where the rock is. And I'm going to wait for the opportunity where one of them sort of tries to ask the name of them. Or, you know, I'll try to explain. Look, Christine, and me, which I suppose is where I'll be like, and me gets into your head, Christine. We just need to set up camp. We can talk later about all this. We don't have to answer. Trying to be so fucking subtle with this.
The response from the people around you is, you absolutely do have to answer, young man. But Christine, you do hear those as he subtly sends that information to you.
Yeah, I've got a response too, motherfucker. For the love of the gods and the hells below, warn me next time what was gonna happen.
Uh-huh.
Preparation is usually key. And that's all.
Yeah, you're really in the bad corner.
Yeah, look, that was the only way I could
It's
use
going in
it,
the
I
pot.
think, without them trying to take the stone off me, so... It's like,
Yeah, they're not trying to take it.
I have to try and fit that in and make it seem like I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
Now I feel really bad because Christine and Aqua are having like the worst time ever, and Azazel seems to be having a good time.
Oh,
But,
hell
like,
yeah.
You know, we're
care
just
about his
drinking
politics.
and eating food and listening to cool tales and
Yeah.
like Selena's getting pretty merry at this point. If it's an hour in and she's been drinking, she's
Yeah.
not the highest constitution child.
Christine's on edge.
She's quite happy.
Like, eventually the women, because there's mainly women with Christine,
Yeah.
they eventually notice it's like, oh, she's not really vibing with, like, all the garments and stuff. Like, you've noticed a couple things that you like that you maybe, like, put to the side, but they notice in general, it's like, oh, she's not really welcoming, so they do back off.
I think it's more of a thing where she doesn't like the very traditional fancy sort of thing. It's like she is mostly kind of common clothes through and through. She always has been, in a way. So like when
It's
she's
also
showing-
it's also that Leonins are like very furred. So traditional Leonin clothing, when you look at that, is like, this was probably not made for somebody who has skin, not for like regular skin, not fur. As like it would be like the bare minimum of coverage half the time.
As the fun kind of tiefling that I am, I'm not actually resistant to fire, so I will die in that.
But like they eventually notice, and it becomes more of a more relaxed sort of situation that Selena and Hugo are in. Like the food is given, alcohol is given, and they mainly just want to talk. The boys, however, with Aqua, dumb as shit. Just continue pushing, even though Aqua is very much just like, I want to go, I need to go. And they're like, no, stay, drink.
I will fight you to get out of here if I have to.
And I will win.
Meant to do. Like four of them get up, like, yeah, we'll do this.
They all say at the exact same time in unison, bet.
You know what? Let's fucking do this.
It's not
Yeah,
it's
at
entirely not unknown.
At which
the-
point, there's very much like a separation of everyone gathered around you. Everyone stepped back, and then this has become like a mini like a wrestling ring in the middle, where you're challenging one people out at a time.
I think seeing that is actually a little bit of alleviation of stress. It's like, okay, at least, you know, we could put our focus to that. It's like, oh, what's over there? Like, you know.
Oh, boys
Kind
will be
of.
boys. Let's talk about this.
No, what's over there?
Look, if
I'm gonna fight
You,
more
than
than
you
one.
don't want to push me, because if you push me, I might explode. I'm not even joking.
will more than one come at me at any point here?
Oh no, they form a ring and like one at a time. They're like, all right, my turn now, and like the first one's obviously your father.
How many would you say is within 10 feet?
A good number of them.
Isn't your father the final boss?
I'm going to say the father is immune to this by default, but
Yeah, you roar.
As you
A
roll.
bunch of them roar back.
Yeah, like roars like start. People like some of them are afraid, obviously, but roars start coming back, and it and it's horrible because it starts small, but then you hear her go around the entire camp.
Oh,
You
I
hear
was
the
gonna
other-
say it'd be like the
other
whole
camps.
freaking. It'd be like a domino effect. Like
Yeah, oh,
suddenly,
yeah.
like Selena's sitting
Yeah, I'm
there listening
stressed.
to this tale, and then like there's like roaring, and she kind of just looks around like, huh.
How many of these
Interesting.
charges are
And then
bringing
keeps
verbatim like
listening.
that?
Does it hit our camp?
No, yeah, it's
Oh, no,
hitting by entire camp. I mean, like all 7 sections of this massive area.
Jesus Christ.
Like when,
Okay.
I
when-
just
As that happens,
it's
I'm
like
gonna
when dogs start barking at night. Like it's 1,
Yeah.
and then it's 2, and then it's 8, and then it's like 40.
You're like wolves howling.
Yeah.
as that is happening, when it gets to us, I would like to use my channel divinity, Shout of Remembrance, to store it, and then roar.
Yeah,
To join
absolutely.
The
The
elder,
guy who
Yeah.
joins in.
yeah, the elder next to you is like,
Selena's.
gone.
I was gonna say, Selena's like looking around at the sound and like it sort of looks to Hugin in that sense of like, is he going to like get concerned and like run off? And then you do that. She's like, oh, okay.
The elder's like, this is the first time I've heard a roar that good come out of a non-reload.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever heard him roar.
But yeah, as about the hour passes, you're having various amounts of good time. Eventually, it is as you and Tara are brought back towards the group. Like you've had your mushroom circle. Kids have been just eating mushrooms off the floor, or like dancing and playing and stuff.
Hell
Several children are like rolling around in the grass at this point.
Like, you're trying to teach them things, but as the quote says, you're trying to herd cats. It's not going very well.
Well, it's not actually teaching. It's like, see, mushroom rings are good. There's no need to be scared of repercussions.
Yeah,
Oh,
They're just
it's a very
eating it.
important weapon. Yeah.
They're eating it, stomping
From
on
my
them.
experience
Mhm.
with children is
If-
when you try to teach them cool new things.
They're
They-
eating like
they'll
a cat that
just
needs to
eat
get
grass.
someone out of here.
There is like 6
Um,
of them that are interested.
But like, roughly after the hour, a couple like a few like the young adults come forward and like collect you two as they bring you back in as something's gonna happen, and Selena and Hugin, the both of you, eventually the guy who's with you is like talking, and someone like basically gets his attention, and they go, "Oh, we should head back now. It appears it's time." And
How many hours has it been?
like an hour, it's like 1 hour.
Maybe
Okay.
like hour and a half.
How drunk are we? After
They
an
don't.
hour of drinking?
They don't let you get completely smashed. Like they give you alcohol and then they feed you, and then you sit there and you drink some of the stuff that tastes variable levels of good or bad. And then like when you start feeling a bit of the buzz wearing off, then you get more alcohol.
Yeah, tipsy
like-
at worst.
So it's kind of like it's just like a bit like she's
Little
fairly
buzz.
buzzed, but not much.
It's a relay race, not a sprint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
and
it's the sort of like sense when she gets up to go like does the bow and like sort of goes to step over the seat, she sort of tumbles a little bit, like trips. Like oops, that was embarrassing.
I got that. Don't worry. We should
As-
speak more later. I was enjoying what you were saying.
yeah, the man like absolutely, son, you can come back. Ask anytime. I love to tell my story. But as you, Christina, been talking to all of the people around you, there is a slight like you can tell like a ripple that moves through the ring around you because it's like multiple Leonin deep, and then it parts away and you see one step forward who is much younger than the rest, who stands out almost as much as Arkvo does. As you see a black-furred Leonin step through this crowd and walk up towards you, and she gives you a very pointed like, up and down look.
Are you a twin?
Maybe.
Actually, I think like upon just seeing like the around me like the different like kind of like mix light by or like grey or whatever, and just seeing the one pure black Leonin, it's like that kind of maybe like kind of pieced together in that part. And this is all on me, so I'm making wild assumptions here. She just kind of looks, and this whole time she's kind of been on a knife's edge of like, you know, stop prodding, and there's probably even one point where it's like, keep going, and you're gonna fucking see what happens, but in a polite way. Like, and then when seeing this person, it's just kind of like, just stares, but doesn't tries her best to put on the most facade of not confidence or defiance, but a weird mix of like, what do you want? Like, what do you
Yeah.
want, but in a kind way.
She's sort of just looking you over, and you see, her face is very stern,
Hmm.
and you roll an insight for me.
I will. Can't roll times. But I will do a funny haha, because I don't know what I'm going to do today. Just to see what I can get.
Yeah,
21.
21.
With the 21, you notice the very hints of a upturned smile at the corners of her mouth, as she approaches and then leans down and is like, "It is very good to meet you."
Nice to meet you as well. Kind of just unsure how to react, so she just goes to her
I can
usual
tell
standoffish.
that you are a good match with my brother. As she finishes that motion, gives a nod as she's getting back up to full strength, and continues moving through the crowd. At which point, everyone starts turning towards her. A guy next to her is just like, "It seems that the tribesmen have all gathered and we are able to start recruiting people into whoever wishes to participate in the Great Pride." And you see several heads of the smaller packs start making their way towards the center.
And as you're all, this is the point where all of you are moved in towards it. As Akfa, your father, in the middle of a wrestling, it all comes to a stop. As you know, the true welcome is only done by the head of the group, the pride.
He's wrestling. I'm trying to bloody get out of here.
Yeah, as you're trying to get out of it, he stops and is they kind of all the men kind of pull back, and oh, it's time to actually do the ceremony for you, you returning. And they pull back, and that's when you first spot your sister as she's walking towards you.
Away from me.
At the same time, this, everyone, you can all see each other as you're all being brought back in, and you're all kind of ushered towards each other.
Yeah, as you're sort of being pushed to the center, as at this point several of that look sort of around her age, maybe around 20 to 30s in that bracket, start staying up and then saying their clan name, and she gives a nod, and followed by, "The clan Virali accepts you."
Look, I'm already on guard, ready to fight her. Okay.
As she notices
If her hands, I will.
you, it's like, "It is good to see you, brother."
Your dad pushes you forward a little bit. Come on, idiot, do it.
You haven't seen her in quite a while. She's not your full height. Your family's quite tall, but she is probably a head shorter than you, given her age.
It's... out of everyone here, it's good to see you.
You've been gone for a long time. Have you
I
learned
didn't-
much on your travels?
I still don't think I deserve to come back, but I've learnt a lot.
Are you and your clan participating in the Pride?
That was a discussion we had considered. Something tells me, and I'm looking around, glancing aside, see if I spot anything.
Oh yeah, as you look around, maybe, are we doing this? It's another situation. You look back and you just see, very far away, the black and white lion, watching from well out of camp. And as you blink, they're gone.
As they're gone, it's like, "Do not look at them, brother. Make your choice."
If it'll prove that It's the only way I feel I could earn my way back.
She gives a nod, and she speaks up with volume in her voice. Clan Virali denounces Akver Virali for these games. He is clanless.
There is
there is a ripple.
There is a very clear shock that passes through your family as your sister calls out this to everyone. You are denied welcome to Clan Virali. And almost immediately, those around you who have been jovial and happy and whatnot separate and move away. A group of your mother and father and several others quickly rush forward to your sister, and they start having a hushed conversation amongst each other. But what do you all do in this moment?
I'm looking to Christine.
I want to say,
go.
in that moment where like that is said, but like as the ripple is like sort of going through the stunned silence in that regard, I actually do want to at this point kind of pull at the ripcord with the air file, as like the energy flows through the tubes, through like the ones that coil around my arm, and like eventually I just start floating. I want to then use that to kind of like go over the crowd, almost like jumping like a leap towards Akvor. And like I just want to kind of land like not really in front, but like side, maybe a tiny bit forward. And I'm just like, just sort of lands like just like that. Nothing.
This is for the best.
To the hells it is. Not even a chance.
What's your passive insight?
It's low. 11.
Even that's enough. Akva is like this is like not raging, but like the same level of fist shaking when raging sort of thing right now.
As you speak up, so Christine, she turns and's like, if you believe he has something to prove, then join the clanless and win. As she directly looks at you, Akver, she says, I don't think this information has gone out to you yet. The last bearer has died. This pride is a serious one. You wish to prove something. Win.
And with that, she turns and moving with your parents in tow and several are still talking to her.
As they go to step. This is delayed. I was waiting.
Yep. Okay. Go for it.
You understand. Even if I prove myself, whether I win or lose here, I've done what I needed to.
I understand more than you know.
I feel like you don't see the things that I have. See you on the field.
I've seen more.
Christine, No. You're welcome to stay with them if you wish. I need to go set up camp, though.
The hells I will if they're gonna do that.
We can talk about this in private. Please.
Kind of has that little pause, like for once she's actually like a bit mad on your behalf, but then kind of on that please, just maybe like a clenched fist just releases a little bit. All right. She takes that sharp turn away from looking towards the Leonin and just turns around.
Just a quick thing, because I think we want to quickly go on break. What is everyone else doing? As the two of them are clearly moving way to like the 7th area that are all the clanless tribes.
I just go with them to the clanless.
Yep.
None of you
I
are
do
required.
give the passing remark. Your sister seems like a bitch.
So, I got a question about this.
Spit it out, please.
Is it only one can win?
It depends on your definition of winning. There are many stories that go around all the tribes. This pride is not just about the one winner.
Very well. I will join your cause.
Yugen,
Yes.
this would be your chance to fight even me if you wished.
I never said I was going to make it easy for you, dumbass.
Useful. As always.
Of course I am. If he has something to prove, he missed the his medal.
Though I should probably mention now, we only have 3 tents.
That is fine. I shall sleep underneath the stars.
It simply just means that bunking is necessary.
I said
Okay, I don't.
the stars.
As
Careful.
this,
As you have a look at him, he is a little bit, just slightly buzzed.
yeah, as your group solemnly starts like walking through other clans to make your way into this area. Is there anything? Just another quick question: are the things continuing on tonight, or do we course skip into the morning?
It depends. Do we walk through that the Unaruk clan?
You can. Like the seventh clan, the seventh camp is located like it's in like a big ring. So like
I'll leave that till morning. Actually, I think that can wait till morning. We've got a bit of setup to do.
all right.
As your group starts walking past, as tents are made, food is eaten by the ones who haven't eaten. You do find a more like the community is like the ones you pass through. Other than the Virali, they seem to treat you all like, hey, cool, what's up? We haven't seen you in a while, for whatever. And when you get to the clan lists, like it's a bunch of them as well.
I'll be
As-
honest, being around the people that aren't treating me like direct family is a lot more relaxing.
And as your night fades into darkness, we begin on the 15th of Ankh.
Is Hugan actually going to sleep out in the stars?
Yes.
I feel like at
I mean-
some point when we get back, Selena would be like, "It's gonna get really cold out here. It's cold now. It's gonna get colder.
I hand him a blanket.
I don't mind sharing with you.
I take the blanket.
Like,
Sometimes it's best to look up to the sky.
it's cold in the
Beautiful
tent.
night. Yes, that is a good tent. But
She said it's cold in the tent.
it's then sleep under the star. Come here. And I'll drag a bedroll out of the tent and next to mine under the stars.
Ah, I did it.
Right. As
My hinting was not failed at.
as the
No, it was.
as the morning of the 15th of Anko, the solstice of dusk, and Selena Gislane's 22nd birthday has appeared.
I completely forgot about it.
We will quickly go on bio break.
Easy peasy. I need to make myself something to eat.
I'm giving you inspiration because it's your birthday.
Oh shit! You just made me realize I haven't had dinner.
Thank you.
Fuck.
You should eat food.
Yeah, I ate like a slice of cake that I had from. That's funny, actually. It's Selena's birthday. Like this session, it was my birthday yesterday.
Also,
Yeah,
you can
happy
see how you can see how close you all came to not making it here in time, as this is the next day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of perfect, isn't it? That's happened. It's like 1 day difference. If we were on our old schedule, it would have been today. And anyway,
The double birthday strat. You only get one inspiration for the double birthday, sadly.
No,
That's
but I
fine,
think I remember that Jeremy Crawford said I can level up on my birthday.
Win things. Oh, change her age for 22. Oh shit.
BRB.
yeah, BRB. I'm gonna make myself a sandwich.
Did you like
Try
our
not to
coming
die.
home puzzle, Sam?
He might not have. I loved it.
It felt like
did.
Madagascar.
Was it a good coming home party like puzzle like the one that Osiris had?
It felt similar.
I think he went to go get food.
I was
Yeah,
talking to you. Is it the same
Oh,
level
me?
of
Yeah,
coming
no,
home?
it was great.
Same level
Yeah,
of
it
coming
was-
home party.
Uh-huh. Because I was like, I could pretty much tell you were all gonna do something, and I was wondering what sort of vibe that it would give. If that makes sense.
Mm.
And as soon as the father and mother got introduced, I'm like, I know how this is gonna go. The whole time, I'm like, what the fuck is, what am I gonna do?
Vibe.
Teaching the young'uns bad things.
hmm
No, good things with bad consequences.
Hey, I've got to do the Fae thing. It's like a prerequisite.
And I had to do the old soldier gets drunk with the other old soldiers and they talk about the good times.
Kayla's like, there's something shifty up. I don't trust these people. And almost was like, okay, they're good people. But then at the end, she was vindicated.
I felt vindicated. That's why I was like, I have to now do the thing where you step forth for the person. Be like, that's bullshit. That I felt like that I had to do that.
That's bullshit. You're bullshit. Fuck the church.
Fuck you. I'm not even from this culture. You're wrong.
I had the idea of getting us all to stand with you, but I thought it was more powerful to just let Christine
yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
We just take a step back and stand here as
And I
one
wanted to, like, sort of-
defends another.
Yeah, I also wanted to emphasize the importance of it by using a fireball straight away. I wasn't expecting to,
fake
but I was
magic.
like, oh yeah.
I will say, if we let it slide because we're all cool. But that is just like it's not like a 5 foot off the ground hover. It's like, oh, instead of on the ground, you're off the ground.
Yeah,
sort
I
of
know.
hover. Yeah, but no, really cool. That was cool. Go ahead.
I knew that was what it would be, but I was like, oh, if it's like a hover, I could probably use it to slightly just jump and go from shoulder to shoulder almost,
Yeah.
and then just land down. That's for a minute, and I get to hover.
I'm back.
Did you like our return to home puzzle?
You fucking knew what you were doing.
Yeah, that's sort of our job.
Yeah, we do that.
Also, just now realizing how many parallels there are to the actual twins. I mean, I didn't really say what. I just said I had a sister. So, yeah, no, I like it.
I think I need to coordinate this down. I think in terms of me, I think she's definitely not like a twin. I think she's definitely younger than you. But she just also has this very interesting pattern of fur that no one else seems to have.
Well, I don't mind if they're twins. It's more amusing.
Especially because the younger twin is like in charge.
You know, yeah, she should be maybe a few minutes younger.
I got a question for Christine.
Go for it.
Was she
No.
like when the sister walked in? It's like, oh my god, she's actually kind of cool.
No, it was one of those situations where upon realizing it's like, she's trying to stare me up and down. I'm not fucking faltering to you. It's like, I'm a bit out of my element, but if someone tries to get a gauge of me, I have that look of try me.
What are you, judging me? Fuck you, I'll judge you.
Yeah, judge me, judge you back.
You don't scare me.
I think it's a point, like, she gave you the up and down clearly and on purpose.
Yeah.
You were like, you're fucking sup, I'll go with you. And then that little smile where she was like, yeah, you will, won't you?
Ooh. I'm surprised
So,
you didn't make me pop.
I mean, I was thinking about it, but I thought it'd be funny. If you popped it too big, it would take the moment away from what's
It
going
would,
on.
100%.
So, Christine,
Alright,
it's up for sleeping inside.
just get in the tent.
Mm,
Get in the tent, shut the fuck up.
you know, barely sleeps all
Your
night.
little spoon now.
I mean, depending on Terra, I'm assuming Terra is probably gonna house with Inazaz.
Yeah, I think that's a fair
There's like a
assumption.
whole empty tent Look,
No, the
later,
tent stays empty.
later, and you're gonna sleeping outside like
The
fucking
tent stays
weirdos.
off.
Like, I'm gonna get the bare minimum sleep, I think. I think that's reasonable after today.
Yeah.
How's everyone been? It's been about since I've talked to some of you. How was
been so
Christmas
long.
and New Year?
Quiet, busy at work.
Hiring.
Very fun.
Very tiring.
Oh, we didn't get to talk about it because yesterday I was just doing my own thing. Oh, Thursday I was doing my own thing. But like, yeah, Darren and Tennis came to visit. They brought the kid. It was great. Brought the kids. It was great. Like, we had a mini drum set that we just have as a gag gift for a while. And Mom's like, "Oh, get it for the kids," because we have a bunch of toys for like when we're looking after little kids, and we had less than we thought. So I was like, "I'll bring out the drum kit." We sort of set it up. I handed both Evie and Eddie a stick, and it's like, showed them like, "Oh yeah, bang it!" Immediately, both in the mouth. It was like the funniest thing.
Yeah, but that's how it goes.
What was the funniest? I think the funniest thing was when Eddie tried to eat one of those little Christmas baubles you guys had, and I look over and he's just got the string hanging out of his mouth. And I have to,
he
like,
almost
pull it
choked
out.
himself twice. It was stupid.
no.
The funny part was when we
He
pulled
He
it out
tried
of his
to
mouth,
eat
and
a
it
dead
went,
fly the other day.
It did. It had a solid pop when we pulled it out of his mouth. So good.
He's a menace.
It is
Everything's
horrible.
food. Yeah, I
Everything
told like
isn't
a few
that food.
people. I told a few people, but yeah, the other day, he had something in his mouth and we pulled it out and it was a dead blowfly.
Oh.
Hey!
Could have given him some mushrooms.
The fly's blowing?
Yeah, he'd eat him.
Hey, would.
Charlie
Whatever.
was like, Tez was like, "Oh, Charlie really likes animals, which is really cool." So like, I was walking down to the back to get something, and she followed, because Mum and Dad were preoccupied with the twins, so she followed me. We have a doorstop that's cat. She picked it up and was like, "This is a cat," and it's a good like kilogram. I was surprised that she could carry it. And she was about to take it home with her, so Tez was like, "No, the cat has to stay." And she gave it the
Aw.
most like, "Oh, I don't want you anymore, shove." She walked outside. So good.
She's sassy. If you say she can't have something, she usually just drops it with this look on her face like, "Fuck you, then I didn't want it anyway."
Okay, got rid of hiccups. I'm not dying now.
Is Demetria here? Okay. I am gonna quickly grab a water. Did you want to start without me, Darren, while I grab a water, or wait for me to get
I
back?
can if you want to.
Yeah.
If everyone's back, I can do the opening
Yeah.
bit.
I'm just gonna
I'm just
grab a
trying
water
to-
bottle.
Just trying to figure out if you use rolled dice to figure out which clan fucking Daza was from.
Nah, we just picked one that sounds cool.
Okay.
In fact, AJ picked one that sounds cool because I could not find this document to save my life for like
Sorry.
half that time. I was like, AJ, where is it? AJ. And he sent it to me.
Oh, I could have always resent it if you needed it.
I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Forgot my question.
Okay.
Dimitri, I believe you took a subclass specifically so you don't have to forget things anymore. So what was your question?
How was your day?
Whose? Mine?
Yeah, yours.
Mine is very tired. I have like 5 hours sleep. I had 4 hours sleep yesterday, and it's been a long day. But it's a good day.
I can't forget that now. I now remember how your day was on the 18th of January 2025.
Make sure to write it down.
Until 10,
Also, I
29
am so sorry, Kay. I did not expect it to get worse no matter what I tried.
No, it's funny. I liked it. It was funny.
It was like, oh, this is the person that I am with. We're not getting married, but yeah, that's how it was taken.
Yeah, that's because of your fault.
Yeah, it's my fault.
This wasn't a, "Oh, you two are getting married, let's get set up for it." No, this was a, "Excuse me, you're in a relationship and we had no idea about this. You're going to tell us everything, and this
Hey.
is not a request."
They don't know half the shit I've done while I've been gone.
Yeah, and you informed them a decent amount over that hour.
Not all of it.
No, of course not.
They don't know about all the murders.
But you were definitely
Oh,
interrogated.
same.
Yeah, no, they look. If anyone's going to learn about those, it'll be later
Dad.
talks with.
For I didn't talk
Yeah.
about the murders. Christine, I talked a lot about the murders.
I only talked about them.
I talked about the murders exclusively.
Oh no.
I didn't talk
No.
about it. I gave such a detailed account that they felt like they were there committing them with me.
Yeah,
Alright.
I actually told them like everything but the murders, but in a way where it fills the gaps in if you just pay attention.
You know what? I could see that. Inazaz just had mushrooms there when I was burning them all
She's
down.
just like, and then Narisian left.
Gone.
F.
I think I know what to do
After
with
I
this
killed
stuff.
him, he
Yeah,
got better.
just there was a guy on the floor, and then we eventually got him better, you know, to atone. But he left. I think. Anyway, what?
Hope I'm portraying awkward fear, panic slightly. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
If on the Judas metric of things, yes.
Right, well, since we're all back anyway, and Age's back too. The morning comes of the solstice. You're all awoken quite early, as only slightly after dawn things begin. It seems, as most of the clans, a absolute astounding amount of Leona, like more than you've ever seen in one location, all start pouring out of their camps towards the central structure that's being built, which is not done yet. Like they're still building something up. It looks to be like 2 stories tall at this point, of like various wooden scaffoldings and areas that are going up. But around sections of it, there are a large number of Leonin looks from all different tribes have gathered on part of it, like around one section of it. Like it's like roughly 1 floor in the air. At a glance, you can all tell that these are various spellcasters, clearly from different tribes. And everyone starts moving forward, as after you would know this is essentially the opening, quote-unquote, opening ceremony. And directly after this, things begin for real. Do you all move to join in the crowd?
Seems like the thing to do.
Yeah, like there's others for even the clan lists are like heading in to join. Like this area has the most non-Leonin. You even see that other tribe you guys encountered a long time ago involving the Kenku and stuff. They're here. You see one that is like 1 large Leonin man and like 7 humans that are just like all dressed up in Amarician armor.
Well, it starts soon. I'm sorry to all of you. You do not have to follow, but I'm gonna go watch this.
You don't have to follow, but I'm going to. Oh, goodness, I've got a headache.
Do you know what they say? When in Ghislaine, does the Ghislainians do? So, you know, it's just like the when in the Pride lands do the Pride stuff. So,
Forget,
you know.
forget where you are right now. Right now, pretend you're not in Voneutia.
Oh, I think, oh, we're nowhere? Okay, got it.
There you go.
Is it easier?
Tez?
I don't know. I just zoned out there for a second. Do you know after these events, like this part happens? Is it just we're going straight into it, or is it another day, or?
Likely straight in.
Yeah, for Arkverse. For something, there is the first ceremony of the morning. Then there is essentially the declaration of participation, where those who are looking to participate gather together their groups, and they prepare for the first one. A bit before midday, the first event begins, and then there's essentially every off day there's a ceremony. There's like today there's a thing, tomorrow's like a break, the next day there's a thing, and then there's a break, and there's a thing, and then it ends.
Okay, so it's sort of like not. It's like a thing, and then we retire for the evening and sort of rest or whatever.
Yeah, there's a whole day of rest between each event.
Okay. Maybe after this event we could just do something small. I don't know if they do cakes here at all. I'm assuming there's lots of like fantastic cuisine around my tree. No particular reason at all.
I can find something to make it up to all of you.
Oh, and it's not. It's not that. It's just.
Aw, so sorry, girl.
It's You know what? It's not important. It's. She sort of
Something you
like
feel like you need to
tapers
say,
off.
you can just say it. you
Just
know?
be very prepared for the spices here.
Oh, yeah, we've had a little bit of. It was very delicious. I like spicy food. It's my birthday today.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. It's not an important thing. This is the. It just thought it might be nice to have a little cake or something like that.
We will
I didn't
celebrate
think it would be.
No arguments.
Okay.
A birthday stew.
It's also Christmas.
What does that word mean?
What's Christmas?
Exactly. What is Christmas?
No, cake.
Oh.
Question.
Don't lie to us, as you're from the Feywild. Of course, there's cake.
During the.
You reckon the cake has the Feywild? You reckon the cake has Feywild? Wow, I'm.
It might.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, There is
Then
definitely
let's not
cake in the
delicious.
Feywild. Whether or not your mother served you cake is a different
Yeah.
question.
It's
That's
a lie. It's a lie.
I am assuming during the solstice the sky does get affected.
I mean, it's solstice. It just means longest. I think longest night, shortest day.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
half of the Green Lantern chant.
There will be plenty of time to celebrate and watch the stars. Skies. Not, yeah.
Watch all 8 of those
Most
stars.
importantly, we do this part, and okay. Lead the way, my friends.
You all move forward, gathering, like stepping into this ring of bodies that surround the central area. In the climbing to the top of the, at the moment, highest point on the platform is one old Leonin, and they carry with them like a wrapped package as they ascend the central plinth. As they get to the very top, this old Leonin takes the package out, cuts a bind on it, and pulls from it a single gauntlet. One combat gauntlet similar to your you've seen Arkver. This is the Gauntlet of the Bearer. There is only one per generation. As when you have it, it is yours for life, and then when you die, it is passed on, and the next pride. He places it up on top of this, like holds it like up over the top of the pillar, and almost like roots seem to grow out of the top of this platform and secure the gauntlet in place. Almost look like where it looks like it's forming a fist pointing upwards, but from the distance you can't see much details aside from that it is a gauntlet.
And that it is black.
Yeah. After that, things get very quiet as all the murmuring from the surrounding Leonians dies down, and like children move forward to like start sitting in the front rows, and like people like move aside for like elderly to like sit down as well. As people get ready for what is clearly some form of like event that's about to occur. As the hush fully washes over the crowd, that same man still atop the central platform, walking in a slow circle, you hear his voice boom out, clearly using magic to extend it so everyone can hear. As he goes, "Welcome all to the Pride, the Great Pride, where we gather once every few years to celebrate what we are, where we have been, and where we have come from. It's so nice to see so many faces again, so many families making it back. I've heard that some do not choose to travel anymore, but that is out of their choice. To each family their own, and we will not hold it against them. For those who still wonder what is left of our land, I hope the year has been good. I hope you've had myriad of fateful encounters, and I hope those that heartbreaks you've achieved, you've experienced, have been few and far between." And he stops in there and like raises his hands up, and the myriad of spellcasters around the area all start to chant. You hear like the hum of various people casting magic all at once as the air fills with colors and lights, as dozens of illusions are overlapping simultaneously here. As he goes, many, many centuries ago, our people called these lands home. We roamed far to the north and all to the coast, and you see maps of Voneutia appear. Not the exact same as those you see in books, but probably those from the tribe's memory passed down. And the lands are like colored slightly different. The central area that is now the waste is actually all green. And you see there's images of Leona like running to the beaches, like them climbing mountains and whatnot. This land that they call Voneutia, this was our home. We spent our days growing old, and we loved it. We shared what bounties we had, for we need not build. The earth gave us what we needed, and we wanted for naught. The brothers and sisters of this land joined us, and we lived a long and peaceful time. And when you say brothers and sisters, you see pictures of other races appearing. You see hobgoblins, minotaurs, a few other folk who are considered to be natives of Voneutia. And then one day, centuries ago, it happened. The first ship landed. An illusion of a ship crashing into a beach, of people of different looks and appearances walking on the deck, looking out. Leonan's moving forward to like stare at this new sight. We welcomed the Outlanders with open arms. For they were not of this land. We showed them where they could go, what was safe, where was dangerous. We showed them that which can and cannot be done here. And they'd set in their roots. And it's like Leon's like journeying around, traveling as a tribe, and then like buildings starting to appear in areas where it used to just be small little fishing shacks. And then it becomes docks, and then cities. And as they laid their foundations, they claimed their parcels of land, and we moved north. While the coastlines became more foreign to us, this was nothing we had, nothing we could not handle. Sometime, these relationships did not go well, as Leonin moving through the grass, outlanders with bows firing, axes swinging, blood splattering. It is true that our people had a bloody encounter, several. Others fared much worse than us, and it shows a city none of you have seen before. A very large, looks like a city made of dark, like blackened metals and whatnot, burning. And shows many of the faces of hobgoblins moving. Some were driven north, some were moved out, some fought, some are no longer here. But as we moved north, we were welcomed by those we were closest with. We were welcomed by our brothers of the plains, and you see images of Three Creen have shown up. As land became thinner, as the Outlanders claimed more and more, we took solace. Something happened to the stream. AJ
Oh,
is
my
going muted.
hair.
He was
no.
a bit techno earlier.
He has been
Everyone
having
else knows that.
performance issues. Yeah.
Guys, I think we're
Everything
about to
looks everything looks fine. I'm not sure if stream heard anything past like the images of 3 Crane.
Whatever. History. Ba-dum-bum-bum. But yeah, as it says, like, back then, our tribes numbered 30. We were all different, but we traveled the same lands, and we all called this place home. And yeah, 30 different names appear in the air. Now we are but 7, and many disappear. And we are but 6. Many disappear, and only the 6 remaining tribes names still there. Those 6 being Credenza. Fucking making shit hard to pronounce.
Sorry.
And I'll do it again.
Morte? Or, how the hell do you pronounce that one, Sam?
Honestly, I think it was meant to be like Moxter.
Moxter, there you go. Orek, Unirva, Iftadir, Vrali. Like, sounds like as each tribe is spoken, like, you can see like a ripple of like nods and like stepping as each group appears to honor their own name, as it said. While we are those that are left, we honor our brothers and sisters, and we honor the people we are. And every year every pride, we retell the story, so that we may never forget who we are, where we came from, or where we are going. Thank you all for gathering for this pride. Like always, the first event will begin around noon. Those who are joining the event, step forward and announce your intention. Show the pride you are bringing with you. This year, the group's number is 6. So make sure you pick among 6 of your best warriors to attend. Thank you, and we will continue the rest of the story in 2 days. And he begins to climb down the side of the platform.
You sure it won't be 5? Be funny.
No.
Someone can sit out.
Spoiler alert, was never going to be you.
Yeah, no.
You won't be allowed. So yeah, as the guy comes down, there is a bit of like murmuring and whatnot, people just talking amongst each other. Eventually the quiet breaks as people open discussion happens. Groups start to form, and you see different groups from different prides start moving towards the center. Each of them being like one in tow with like 5 warriors or different people behind them as they make their way towards the gathering of all these spellcasts and whatnot in the center to announce and basically declare their intention of participating in the pride. There is no limit to how many teams a clan can provide to it. So there's 3 different teams for Virali move forward, a couple from different. There's a bunch of teams. In fact, probably the area that has the most groups moving forward is the clanless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They'll probably move towards for after people start gathering, and I'm just so move to the side of him. It's like, so is it just you go in and I just from the side? How much explosive firepower is allowed? I'm assuming you don't want me to hurt, or do I?
When it comes
What
to
are we
any
doing?
battles, when it
Is it
comes
Mortal Kombat? Do we have to knit straw hat? What are we doing?
No, it's Fortnite.
Does this sort of seem like the things that I used to do back in Hobgoblin Land?
typically, sorry,
Let's get you go, Oxford.
typically we try not to kill each other, but it's very hard to speak for certain clans and some of the clanless groups.
Oh, great.
People have died during these. Sometimes injuries are just too great. If you fear death, then you do not have to enter.
She points at you.
I'm more than willing to enter this as a solo group if I have to.
Oh, death is a mercy. But no.
That's not fucking happening.
But I'm also not entering this to win that. and sort of referring to the main prize. That does not interest me.
I thought the idea was to run in there, hit a few people, and then show them that what they did was probably the worst thing that they should have done.
As you're speaking, you do notice that one of the groups moving forward has Kuyan at the lead.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Before we go, do we want to make this exceptionally brutal? Or, like, are we dialing it back? Like, brutality does not necessarily mean death, but...
So let's just say what you're saying is here. She puts a hand at a certain level. She brings it down a little bit. Slightly moves it up, and then actually maybe we should bring it a little bit more down. And then just, yeah, like, eventually goes down. It's like, back here. Maybe.
So we don't want them to fear us?
Moves it up slightly.
Fear is different, but let's just go. We need to be ready.
Can have everyone roll a perception check for me?
Sure.
Sure.
I'm great at those, trust me.
I got a +4 to give to people for that.
I rolled a 2.
Sorry.
I roll a 9. If I have a +4, that's a 14.
28.
Is it for everyone?
If you're within 10 feet of me. Yeah.
18.
Yeah. All right. So
I think it's already applied, because we have a little addendum next to the number. On the...
Oh, I already have a +7.
Darn.
I think that's just if you're like in the last map you were connected nearby.
That's about it.
So like everyone, I guess except Inazaz, who's sort of contemplating what's happening, and we'll say Terra is also in that group of like, okay, I'm trying to gauge what we can do here. You notice that when like a group walks up to announce that they're like participating, you can't see that group anymore.
Wait, what?
They move forward.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, that's fine. It might just be a distance thing on my end.
I think you like as the groups are moving forward, and then they're saying something, and then like you haven't been paying attention for a bit, but you look back and like you can't see Kuyan or that group, and then you look around, you notice other groups walking up to these like little gatherings of like elders, and they announce the group. They like you can see them motion to the different members. They all nod. The elders start incanting something, and those 6 just disappear.
I think at that moment, it's like kind of like, I imagine they have decided to like gather like us to move forward. I want to like kind of like hand on the arms and kind of like sort of jolt him towards me. And as I do, I'm just like, so before we throw ourselves into something, you weren't joking when you were saying about pretend you're not here.
That was never a joke.
On the table before we jump into something reckless. We'll do it anyway, but information is usually how I like to do things.
I wish I had more, but there are even limits with what I know about the prides, the games.
You know that it's like some of the there are different events each year, so it's really hard to determine what one is going to be.
Things are announced sort of as they begin. Rules are set in place, if any.
What kind of magic have you seen these elders do before?
The probably biggest spectacle of like the main elders is you think that they are probably are what's manifesting what you see. Like there is a giant scry orb above the center that people can like watch what's going on there.
You see that up above?
It has
Selena and Christine, can you both roll Arcana checks?
This shit's gun gale.
I have a +6 in my Arcana.
You see that up
This is
above?
fucking
that
Hunger
one.
Game shit.
They were able
Hey,
to
you
not
got
leverage
inspiration.
themselves.
I have inspo that I probably should just use because there's not much left for the rest of this session, I imagine.
I mean, that one lasts, I imagine.
So with a 16, Selena, as you're moving forward, you notice that, like, as you guys are moving in, you start passing some of these like wooden boundaries that have been set up because they're still placing them, like they're not done building whatever structure is going to be in the center here. And you
Yeah.
realize that along sections of this structure are myriad, like, from what you walk past, are hundreds of arcane runes. Not like inherently magical of themselves, probably, but clearly like part of something. And Christine, you're like looking around, noticing this. You can kind of gauge roughly how like strong like a spellcaster is by like what kind of materials and equipment they have with them.
I know my dad.
None of these people look like they're insanely high level spellcasters. But
Okay.
there are dozens and dozens of casters. Like they're all, and the both of you realize that this is a case of some magical. They're doing something magical, but it's like as a group, all of the casters here are sharing the load of the spell.
Oh, okay.
It's like none of them could potentially cast what is happening, but as a whole, they are able to maintain it somehow.
Have I heard of things like this before in the past? Just from my own knowledge?
No.
Cool, thank you. Just so
Think
I know
of it.
what she knows.
Think of it like a 10th level catapult.
Yeah.
Usual theory behind 10th level magic is you need a group of 9th level spellcasters to do it. None of these people would come anywhere near that.
Yeah. I'm more thinking this is like maybe a 7th level that they're all sharing. Maybe an 8th.
But yeah, as I said, Akva, they probably are manifesting what you're seeing, as well as giving the people outside the ability to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, Christine, with your High Arcana, as you move in towards the center, as you guys are moving closer towards the whichever elder group you're approaching, you're able to spot, speaking of 7th or 8th level magic, you start seeing telltale rune signs that you recognize of very, very foreign. Like, this is not something you... Like, these don't initially make sense to you and it takes a while to put together, but signs of demiplane.
Yep, that's what I was expecting. I feel like demiplane or like space creation is probably something that she might just catch on more than some others. Just due to like who she knows.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of like sort of maybe slight feeling, and then noticing like maybe some similar patterns but with a different runic like sigil.
I only really saw the runes and stuff like that. I didn't really notice the people like with that sort of part of it.
Yeah, you're able to realize that like there is shared. They're somehow sharing. They're both casting and concentration of a spell that none of them should be able to cast. But you only really spot that there is some kind of magic woven into the structure they're building. Either directly or through the runes, like something is happening here that doesn't make sense to you. But Christine is able to point out and find spots that show the exact spell they're working on right now.
I feel like the biggest thing at the moment for Selena would be the fact that they're like, whatever is going on right now, like with all this magic, it'd be like stinging, like it'd feel like it's sitting on her skin, like just kind of stinging her arms, like like feelings hurting if you're near like magnets sort of thing. Like she's sort of like, as they get closer, it's sort of like noticeable like discomfort, but she doesn't say anything. Just keeps it to herself.
Yeah, feel free to keep talking as you get ready to approach one of the elders.
Last chance to back out.
I'll probably like quietly move to Akfor once realizing putting the stuff together, and just sort of say, not using message but just in a whisper, have you ever heard of a situation where no one's come back?
No.
No, it's... We've always gotten the bodies back. Alive or damaged.
That's still more reassuring than what I was expecting.
We will make it back.
You all
May
approach the
I-
first of these elders. Yep, you go.
May I introduce us?
She nods, like with a silent trust.
Looking at, so I assume it's all of them. No one's chose to back out.
No one's backed out. That sounds good.
We're not backing out, buddy.
Not
It's
missing out
so
on this
weird.
XP.
Yeah, our deaths are on your hands.
It's okay. I have a diamond.
The 6 of us here are to represent the 7th clan that was missing. The Gatekeepers.
Alright then.
Clan Gatekeeper. Keepers, sorry.
Enemy.
You
The
ready?
first, of,
Oh, go on.
the first event to honor our people's history and the lands we traveled is one of hunting. Let's look between them all. The rules are simple for this one. Fighting and killing other teams is forbidden. Once an encounter is engaged, you cannot interrupt them unless A, they ask for help, in which point they forfeit all points, or B, they surrender or are disqualified. At any point, your tribe can forfeit. You do not lose the points you have earned. You can choose to leave in safety. If a tribesman falls or dies and is not restored within a short time to consciousness, they will be brought back here and remain so for the rest of the day. They will be cared for, but they will be out for the remainder of the event. It will go as follows. You will enter. You will have a prey. You will hunt your prey. It will not be hard to find. You will then be able to pick your next prey. Each prey will increase in difficulty. The further you go, the more points you get. Though there is no time for rest, for we can only keep this up for a short time, and so you must move from prey to prey without rest.
Then we
One
hunt.
question, if I
Yes.
may. In this pocket,
Mm-hmm.
how does time work?
Like normal, it flows the same way. 1 to 1.
Seeming contempt of that. It's like that slight skepticism, but it's just like, okay, sure.
If you would wish to wait till later, while the event has already begun and you can enter right now, he looks up. The sun is only barely, just over the horizon. He's like, there is no rush. Many will not enter till later today. You have until noon if you wish to participate.
Just cracks knuckles. No, I think I'm fine. Well, give us the go.
Are you all sure of this?
Sure, yeah.
Well
Given
then.
many opportunities.
Let's hunt.
You're prepared. And I'll give you a hint of your first prey. Long teeth, sharp claw. As you hear the last, sound of claw sort of stretch and warble, the sights around you disappear, and you are in a savannah by yourself.
Individually or as a group?
As a group.
Selves.
The six of you are standing in the middle of a new savannah. It does not look like where you were.
Good.
And as the morning sun has bear down on both plains, that is where we'll call session for the day.
Fireball.
Right.
Guys, the first prey, I think it's me.
Long piece from.
Sharp. Shark claws. Oh, hang on a minute.
Oh shit, could be.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zaz.
You
Man,
didn't
I
secure a
don't.
place in the party.
Sorry, I got heat metal. I'll be right.
It's okay. We get you to wild shape. We bring you back.
No, don't cast heat metal on me now. Don't do that.
Yeah. Be
No,
afraid.
my file
I'll
tech.
say-
No.
As we're ending, as a mechanical thing to point out, essentially, if anyone is knocked unconscious and you do not bring them back up within a full round, they are removed from the rest of the event.
Oh,
Not
that's
from
cool.
the Pride, but just this event.
So if someone's unconscious and you don't get them up, they are out for the remaining fights.
I didn't take a healing spell. Hope you guys are aware.
Uh,
I have cure wounds. It's okay.
so I also did, in fact, bring Cure Wounds.
Oh, we're fine then.
We got 2 healers.
Well, could be anywhere. Anything
I
from
can always heal.
Do you think I'll have a chance to
Yes.
use Crown of Madness? Like, humanoid, I'm just saying, like...
I mean, this could be anything from a fucking wolf to a chimera. I'm pretty sure.
So humanoid?
Wow.
I don't think your
not
particular set
off
skills are
the
going to work
table.
here.
They never do.
Long teeth and sharp claws? Okay, I know what we're fighting. We're fighting this Harask, everybody. Alright. Get the peasant rail cannon.
Yeah, it's gonna get harder the more you go on, so let's throw a Taurus
Peasant rail
at
cannon
you.
doesn't work.
Well, the boogie
I
thing.
just
Yeah, the
assumed
next
it's like a
one's Future Rat.
Sabertooth or something like
The
that.
next one's a fake Hydra.
No!
Man.
False Hydra.
Could theoretically be a vampire.
Dude, if it turns me into a vampire, I'll be like 3 different races in one.
I don't think it can be a vampire. They don't come out during the day.
Well, they shouldn't be out the night either because the moon just reflects the fucking sun.
If I'm a devil from like the heat plane and then also a vampire, does it cancel out?
No, you become a Vanquist.
Vampire cancels out Tiefling. Well, I guess.
Yeah, it supersedes.
No, it's not Tiefling's devil.
Anyway. Players, anything cool stream-wise you doing?
Well, me and Sam over here, as well as our good buddy Ants, have been embarking in the Borderlands series. We're currently on Borderlands 2. We'll be streaming that every Thursday and Friday. I don't know. Mim's not here.
Definitely. I think Thursdays,
Definitely
if not, well, at
Thursdays.
least one of the 2 days. Sometimes both.
Yeah. Apart from that, you can catch me playing Dead by Daylight, doing other fun stuff. I don't know what Mim's doing, but I believe she's doing Left 4 Dead on Mondays.
We are, yes.
And then Coffee Talk maybe on Fridays. If not, Borderlands, but that's what she's doing. I don't know what you're doing, Sam. What are you doing, Sam?
I'm currently processing this session.
If you catch Sam on his stream, currently processing this session, it's a very fun time.
As for me, you can see all my stuff here in the Discord link in the YouTube if you want to join the Discord. I'm probably going to be finishing Yakuza 4 next week, so if you want to tell me what I want to play, go ahead and vote. The options are Devil May Cry 2, Okami, Banjo-Kazooie, Transistor, Eastward, and Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Feel free to vote for as many of those things that sound interesting you want, and yeah, we'll be playing it on the Friday after next. Tuesdays I'm playing Persona 4 Golden. We just saved Kanji, so we're going to do some stuff before the next dungeon. Wednesdays is Digimon World Redigitized Decoded. I'm doing some more of that. That's lots of fun. My first Mega. I'm still setting up the egg lock if you want to participate in making Pokemon for me to do. If I don't get enough people that are not my friends, I will generate some eggs in the background randomly, and hopefully they'll be fun. And then Thursday's Untitled Bring Us Minecraft series, where we're playing Minecraft in Big Chad Guys. Darian has got some interesting machines he wants to build. I'm trying to get all the eyes for the Eyes of Ender. Kay spent the entire last time making photographs, so
I
Really
took up
good.
photography.
she took photography again. And
I won't fail this time.
Rebecca's doing food stuff and Tessa's gathering things, which I don't think much is going to change next week. Unless
I might, for the
Okay.
5th time in a row, try to do more Pokemon.
Kay might get more hyperfixation, something interesting.
ADHD, I swear.
And then
ADHBs.
And then yeah, Friday will be the final stream of Yakuza 4. All the boys are together and they're gonna fucking kill some people.
Oh.
But not, because Kiryu Kazuma does not kill people. That's the truth.
Okay, cool.
He doesn't do that.
What about that time where you basically destroyed their neck?
No.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
He did that with love. You can't kill with love.
Oh, I see. Continue. I'll note that down for later.
And then yeah, chapter 31 of our other D&D game, Guardians Rebirth, where you can see Darian, Tez, and Case plays as IGM, and it's all about isekai things. They just went to a place for water because of horse, and they're gonna figure out what that means. And you can join us for session 79 of Echoes of Forgotten in 2 weeks' time, where we begin the Great Pride for realsies this time.
No, we'll delay it another 3 weeks.
You can't. You're already here.
You could if you want to, but it's waiting for you always. But
Always gonna be.
You gotta do it, Sam. You know, the reason why we were just on time is because we delayed it 3 weeks for you.
Happy birthday, by the way. So, welcome to the Battle Bus. Get in. We're dropping Tilted.
it's time. Now we say goodbye, because people gotta go. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.